My old coaching opponent Tommy Hafey always used to look to Kevin Sheedy for toughness and reliability. I want a back pocket plumber, he told him in one grand final for Richmond. That back pocket plumber would develop into one of football's most successful and innovative coaches. In 1984, he had Essendon on top of the ladder. They had come back from a humiliating grand final loss to Hawthorn in '83 and were set to challenge for the flag again. This was no will-o'-the-wisp Essendon side. They had done the hard work and were legitimate contenders to Hawthorn's crown. On grand final day under Captain Terry Danaher, it all went terribly wrong. The Hawks of Lee Matthews were just too talented. At half-time, they would lead by 4 goals and would maintain that advantage at the last break. Sheedy had to make moves, and he did. Watch the way he juggles his men. Look for the forward options that turned the game. Watch in particular for the play of Duckworth, who put in a match-winning performance. This was the game that helped make Kevin Sheedy's name as a coach to be reckoned with and paved the way for the great Essendon dynasty that would follow over the next 17 years. Such was the calibre of the person in the Hawthorn lineup this day that 5 of this team are currently coaching in the AFL. Gene's proteges in Lee Matthews, Rodney Eade, Gary Ayres, Peter Schwab and Terry Wallace, while one of Sheedy's men, Mark Thompson, of course, is at the helm at Geelong. This is a fascinating match, one of the greatest of grand final comebacks, and one that had the footy fans on the edge of their seats. Sit back and enjoy the 1984 WEG Grand Final on DVD from Australian Football Video, one of my top 20 grand finals.
That's a real bird's eye view, isn't it, up in the light towers? How they got there, goodness only knows. I don't think I'd care to be up there though, Bob.
I don't think they'll be there for long. I think something will happen about that, but I can imagine, Bob, this game starting off pretty torridly too. I should imagine they're so keyed up, these players, and sometimes in the grand final, for the first 5 or 6 minutes, we see some pretty rough sort of football.
We certainly do, Lou, and the first 5 minutes of the grand final is often not the best brand of football because nerves take over and the tension which has gone right throughout the week and the players are really uptight and don't necessarily play the fluent football that one can expect of them, but that's the pressure of a grand final.
Certainly is, and of course I think Bob mentioned during the summing up there of the players that it'll be interesting to see just who picks up who, Bob, because the Bombers have been very successful with this tagging method they've had going over the last few weeks, particularly in the finals.
Yes, well, I do notice that Dunnell is on the wing on DP Domenico, Nagel on the opposite wing. Green, I know, has been selected in the back pocket.
Duckworth under Matthews, but that's no surprise. Madden has gone to full forward.
And of course, he's picked up by McCarthy.
Or is Danaher going to fall forward?
Well, Madden's down there in the pocket.
Umpire Rowan Saws checking with the readiness of players. Players taking up their positions now. Hawker has the job of minding judge. DP Domenico and Hurd. And from the Melbourne Cricket Grounds, we begin the 1984 VFL Grand Final between Hawthorn and Essendon. A capacity crowd in attendance. Players come reeling out of the pack. There'll be no big pardons here initially. A free kick to Hawthorn to start proceedings, and it's going to Dermot Brereton. Brereton out towards left half forward. Off the hands of the pack. Hand pass from Lester Smith to Matthews, who steady, shoots at goal. First blood to Hawthorn, and that took only about 30 seconds.
He was dropped straight after it too.
And players come in to remonstrate. Will he get another kick? I don't think so. I don't think that'll worry Lee Matthews though, Bob.
I'm quite sure it wouldn't worry him, Peter, because he's a strong player.
In contrast, I think Pete Matthews is one of those players you do not touch. We watch again on replay.
And Duckworth getting the first one in, but Matthews has the goal on the book.
Pretty timid one, Pete, just the same.
From Billy it was. Bounce again in the centre. Hawthorn lead by 6. Could have been a free kick to Merritt. Now it's going the other way. against Merritt for shepherding in the ruck. Payton, high ball to half forward again. Tuck was the flyer, no mark. Here's Robertson, streaming into goal. 2 goals to Hawthorn. He couldn't miss from there, could he? And a great start by Hawthorn. 2 goals coming up in a minute and a half.
Yes, well, you could not ask for a better start than that from any side. 2 goals in that within a minute and a half. Tuck up in the air. Robertson kicks the ball off the ground. And no mistake from Colin Robertson. A real dangerous player down there in that forward line.
And the umpire's having trouble getting the ball back. Let's look at it again from behind the goals.
Madden onto the ball.
Well, he started, as we said, down on the forward line.
Well, he's the best ruckman in the league. I cannot understand why he wasn't there in the first place.
Must agree with you, Bob. 2 minutes gone, first quarter. Hawthorn lead by 12.
Well, let's hope this is not a repeat of last year's grand final when the Bombers went down by 83 points. But I know they've got a lot of fighting quality about themselves, and they'll be back in business. Knocked out by Madden, picked up here by Baker. And the ball driven down there, and mark dropped that time by Van der Haar. Finally, Ayres gets a kick out towards the wing position. And there's a good mark. A good mark taken there by Hawker. He's got the job of minding Judge today. Usually plays in an attack. But playing down there at half-back. The ball back across to centre-half forward.
15 metres.
It'll be 15 metres, but there's a mark there to Donnell, but the umpire's ignoring that. Hawthorn up to a great start, kicking 2 goals in a minute and a half. Or actually less than a minute and a half. Short pass. That's okay, and a mark to Timmy Watson. Now, Watson would be about 45 metres out from goal on about a 45-degree angle. I think he should get the distance. Watson coming in. They need this goal to lift themselves a bit because that's a fantastic start to Hawthorn today. There it is on its way. It's a good kick. It's a beautiful kick. It won't make the distance. Finally forced through for 1 point. So Hawthorn 2 goals, 12 points to Essendon 1 point. And into this quarter by just on 3.5 minutes. Ball back into play again by McCarthy. DP Domenico. There's his tag. Goes the punch herd. Ball tapped on again, out to Wallace. DP Domenico's kick is smothered, but Wallace covers up well. Gets the ball back towards centre-half forward. The ball over the head of the pack. A bad miss by Foles that time. Going out is Robertson. He's a dangerous player. A shot for goal. This is not bad. Another one. That's their third. 2 goals to Robertson. And Hawthorn, 3 straight kicks for goal. 12 points to Essendon, 1 point only. What's it again?
On replay, the former Wynyard player, Colin Robertson. And the ex-Tasmanian puts it through for his 2nd goal.
Well, they're looking good, Bob, but it's very early in the game, and we know the fighting qualities of Essendon. They'll bounce back, I should imagine.
Hawthorn lead by 17 points at the 4.25 minute mark of the first term. Robertson looking a much better player in attack today than he did when the sides last met. He played in defence mainly, picked up by Walsh, but a free kick, says the umpire. And a bit of a dish up there between Payton and Neagle. And the free kick, who's it going to?
It'll go there, I think.
Walsh?
Walsh, I think, Pete. I'm not quite sure on this one.
Yes, I think it will do.
Yeah, Walsh.
The ball comes back to the Essendon centre half.
Neagle.
No, it's going to Neagle. Neagle at centre half back, goes straight down the ground. Donnell is the flyer. In fact, 3 Essendon players flew there. Van der Haar comes down with the ball. Could have got one in the back. The umpire says no free kick. There will be a ball up at the point of the square, just in Essendon's attacking zone. Glenn James having a few words to Richard Loveridge and Frank Donnell. Payton in front. It's won by Madden. A real scramble out there. I think that's Wallace in the bottom of that stack up.
At the moment, Bob, Hawthorn the more aggressive side.
They're leading to the ball, Lou, and that's the most important thing. They're first to the ball, and they've done well with it, as Madden got the tap.
Loveridge can't get clear, neither can Ayres. In fact, the ball hasn't moved more than about 5 metres. Now it's socket out towards Watson. Watson up towards left half forward, that greasy practice wicket area out there, and it will be a boundary throw-in. Boundary throw-in, left half forward for Essendon. Merritt and McCarthy. Oh, a good fist away by Russo up towards centre wing. Robertson this time behind Donnell, who fires out the hand pass. And picked up at centre field for Essendon and driven forward. That's okay. The mark taken by Watson, who shoots for goal. It's going close and marked. I think it is a mark by Ayres. Right on the line. He grabbed it about half a metre inside. And he'll get a 15-metre penalty. Yes, just snared it inside. Here's comes towards the MCC members' side. Merritt went the punch away. DP Domenico grabbed. No free kick to either player. Socked away by Lester Smith up towards centre wing. Wallace should get there first for Hawthorn. Duckworth, good use of the body. And comes out with the ball. He's caught. Tries to get it to Baker. Likewise caught. Holding the ball. And a free kick to Hawthorn.
Oh, they're looking good at the moment, Hawthorn. They're really going after the ball. And a free kick will go here to Judge. Judge boots the ball across to centre field, and a mark taken here by Payton. Doesn't waste any time. Over it goes now to Swab. Swab decides to have a shot at goal. There's a chance for another one. Duckworth and Matthews both find a good. Matthews goes down. He was nearly grabbed by the leg. And Loveridge puts it through for another one. Oh, they're looking good, Hawthorn. 4 goals on the board, 24 points to Essendon, 1 point only.
Well, let's not forget, Lou, that in the second semi we saw Hawthorn start with 4 great goals early in the piece. As on replay, we see Richard Loveridge, a lovely snap. Once again, Matthews getting the ball out and Loveridge puts it through.
Back in the centre again, 24 points, plays 1. And the Hawks are alight at the moment. There's the half-back line for Hawthorn. Knocked out by, well, actually missed that. Finally, it comes back to Madden. He's upended. Wallace gets one a bit high. The umpire says play on, but he's found a free kick. It'll go to Timmy Watson, no doubt Essendon's best player so far.
There's a fight.
There's a box on. We tipped that out there on the wing position. We'll go back with the play. Burn. Oh, a great big punch. That was Mew, I should say. Finally, it comes out there to Hurd, a hand pass.
Oh, the fight's more interesting than the play.
The fight's still going on. Players are going over left and right out there as the players out there now on that.
Well, Madden's reported, you can bet that.
Yes, Payton probably is too.
Short pass and a mark taken here by Vander. You keep your eye on the fights, boys. Vanderhaar about 50 metres out from goal. Lobs it in the goal square. At the back is Williams. Couldn't grab that one. It's through for 1 point. The
free kick.
Free kick going to Hawthorn down there.
Glenn James has had the busiest job, Lou.
He's writing an essay.
Short pass coming over there to Green. Green kicks the ball, looking for Ayres. Merritt's there, always tried to down him there, but it comes out now to Swab. Gets it over to Ayres, kicks it off the ground, and it's out of bounds. Well, the Bombers are going in after Hawthorn, but Hawthorn looking the more aggressive side, mainly because they're going at the ball first. Back it goes again. Good play by Loveridge, anticipating beautifully. And there's a mark taken out there by Williams. Williams with a short pass, a bad one. Russo has a bit of a clash here with Watson, and the umpire will ball it up out there on the Essendon half forward line, about 60 metres out from their goal. Hawthorn, 4 goals, 24 points to Essendon yet to score. A 1 point, I should say.
Well, that fight certainly livened the fans up. Bob Skilton said Madden was reported. There might be a few others too. We'll know later on, of course. Picked up by Neagle, a high kick towards the goals. Getting underneath it is Chris Mewett. He marks it as light rain again begins to fall. Mewett, right back pocket, will get a 15-metre penalty against Danaher. Doesn't take advantage of it. He's gone for a short pass. Could be dangerous, but Loveridge doesn't let him down and takes the grab. Loveridge short of right half-back flank. 4 kicks to Loveridge so far. Up onto centre wing. Could have been on the shoulder. No, says the umpire. Play on. Izzard tries to do just that. A short kick out of the pack. And a good mark taken by Loveridge again. Onto O'Halloran. A chip pass, trying to find Green. Payton's there. No, it is Payton. Oh, beautiful interception by Madden. Gets it back to Donnell. High towards half forward. Merritt on his own. Must mark it. Or a free kick. I think whether he played the mark or free there.
I think it'll be
have to be the mark, wouldn't it? So Merritt a chance to bring up Essendon's first goal. He's about 40 metres out, directly in front. One of the players in that fracas, not long back. Vanderhaar can't take the mark. Through for 1 behind. Essendon second. And the scoreboard in the 84 Grand Final, 24 plays 2 in favour of Hawthorn. McCarthy brings the ball back into play. Looking for DP Domenico and Hurd. Birdie tries to mark it one-handed. Hurd wins out, jumps over him. Birdie will get the free kick though at left half-back.
Good decision.
Free kick to DP Domenico. 15-metre penalty against Hurd. Another 15 minutes, that 15 metres. And they're certainly going for the doctor today, the umpires. They want to get on top of these players. Di Domenico on the wing position. There's the kick well over the half-forward line. It's a long kick. Tuck coming in. Got the mark. A great mark to Michael Tuck.
And the 15-metre penalty too.
Yes, this brings you within about 25 metres of the goals on a bit of an angle, but not a difficult shot. That was a great mark to Tuck. Waiting on Tuck now from about 25 metres out. Let's see what Michael Tuck can do with this one. They've kicked 4 straight so far, Hawthorn. There it is, but he's off target and it's through for 1 point. So Hawthorn go on to 4 goals, 125 to Essendon, 2 points only. Into this quarter by just on 12 minutes as we wait now for the ball to come back into play. Duckworth drives it out here wide to the flank and the mark taken there by Walsh. It'll be a free kick too against Brewerton. 15-metre penalty.
They're dishing a few of those out.
Well, they're trying to get on top of these players. They want to know who's boss. There's a short kick to Madden. He tries to pick it up, the big fella. He finally does, over to Fowles. Good play by Madden. But there's Lester Smith coming in to take an easy mark against Dunnell. He'll get a 15-metre penalty against him.
He should get 30.
Umpire.
He will. He's got 30.
Russo really on the job there, and James doing equally as well.
By Swords.
Swords, I should say.
7 15-metre penalties already, Pete.
There's the kick on its way. Up there towards the full forward position. Byrne in the front posse. Couldn't hold the mark. Matthews comes in. Oh, they pile in. Down goes Hurd. He got one in the back from Di Domenico. And the umpire will play a free kick to Hurd down there in the back pocket, doing a pretty good job on Di Domenico so far. Short pass. It's okay. Madden's got the mark. A hand pass coming over to Western. Kick back there towards centre half forward for the Bombers. Punched away by the Hawthorn defence. Dunnell taps it on in front of him. He goes after it again. Shows a bit of pace. Gets away from McCarthy. Turns. He doesn't know where to go. He's gone for a short pass. It'll be okay. Bradbury gets the ball back, but he's put it out of bounds. Looking there for little Williams, but off target that time, and the ball out of bounds about 60 metres around from the Essendon goal. Ball back into play again. Down goes McCarthy. A hand pass coming out that time from Russo. It's Ayres driving the ball back there. It's a bad kick picked up by Clark. A chance now for Neagle. Goes for a long hand pass out wide to Bradbury at half forward. Bradbury straightens up, goes for the long kick. A chance for Baker to mark. Baker and Green both go down. Ezard couldn't pick it up. Picked up now by Danaher. The kick doesn't travel any distance. Little Ezard's got the mark, but the umpire called play on a hand pass. Coming back now to Clark. A shot at goal. And a mark in front of goal there by Baker. So here's a chance now for the Bombers to score their first goal for the match. He's only about 3 metres out from goal. On a bit of an angle, but he should get this one through for their first. And we're just over the 14-minute mark of the first quarter of the grand final of 1984. Kick on its way. There it is. And that's a goal. The Bombers first. So it's Hawthorn 4 goals, 125 to Essendon 1 goal to 8.
Leon Baker, always a lovely kick. As we watch on replay, Ezard misses it. And Danaher's kicked straight up in the air. Ezard and Danaher almost spoiling each other. And Ezard eventually getting the hand pass through to Clark, who actually miskicks it and straight to the arms of Baker.
Baker kicked Essendon's first goal last week. In fact, he got 3 in the first quarter. 25 plays 8 in the 84 grand final. Knocked away by Payton, but picked up for Essendon out there by Clark. Clark's kick is a high one out towards centre wing. 2 Hawthorn players could have spoiled each other, but Wallace comes down with the ball. Wallace to half forward and Matthews in front. Can't take the mark. Picked up by Folds. He's caught. Judge threads his way through the pack looking for the hand pass to Wallace and gets it. Wallace's kick is a poor one. And Duckworth, that was the evener upper. That could be reversed, that free kick. It could be reversed. Wouldn't be at all surprised.
You watch again on replay as Duckworth takes the mark.
No. Well, that was the square off for the one before. No love lost between those two, but I dare say they have a healthy respect for each other nonetheless. That'll be a free kick to Watson, surely. No. Watson, nice throw. Ian Nickliff would have been proud of that one. Down towards Neagle. Well caught by Tuck, but there's a wrestle behind the play again. It'll be a free kick to Hawthorn. It'll go to Russo.
The Bombers scragging a bit, Bob.
It'll go to Tuck because Russo was hit after he got rid of the ball.
So Tuck to take the free kick. At right half forward, he's gone for a short pass. Schwab on his own takes the easiest of marks. Schwab, right half forward flank, about 75 metres from goal. Ball into the full forward pocket. Judge was the high flyer. And we'll see a bounce just off the edge of the 10-metre square. Certainly a very fiery opening, but we expected that. It was the case in the reserves game here this afternoon. And certainly the case in the seniors as well. It'll be a free kick to Essendon for on the shoulder and another 15-metre penalty, I should think, which will bring the Essendon player concerned. I think it was Madden to get the free, up to centre-half back. Madden appeared to have his number taken before. Then again, so did a few others, but we'll have to wait on that until after the game. Madden with the free kick from centre-half back.
And the ball back there now with the chance for the Bombers to go into attack as we see Merritt take that mark out there at half forward. Well, they're looking a little bit better, Essendon. They were a bit shell-shocked early as the ball dropped short, but there's Ayres in the way. Caught one that time from Williams, but not that bad. Ayres comes out to the members' side of the ground looking for Lester Smith, and he's found him, and Lester Smith has got the mark at half back. Grabbed by Watts, another 15-metre penalty. Certainly been plenty of those handed out today. The ball shot back there towards half forward. Oh, great mark to Wallace. Wallace at half forward, looking for a couple of leads, goes for a short pass. It's all right, and Matthews has got it. Got away from Duckworth. He's right on the point of the square. Goes for the short pass. Not a good kick by Matthews. Goes back there to Robertson. Matthews gives a wild hand pass. Grabbed here by Green. Finally it comes out to Matthews again. They're messing about as we see Payton take the ball out there at centre-half forward. Over to O'Halloran. A short pass to Schwab. It's too long and a mark taken there by Hawker. Hawker's up like a shot. Over to Clark. Another wide one now as we see Baker give the ball back to Neagle. Neagle couldn't get the run of the ball. Finally the ball comes back to Loveridge. He's down. The umpire's found a free kick, and the little rover will take that free kick around about the centre field. What a tough game this is. Well, it's real old-fashioned football. We see Green go for a long kick, and it's a beautiful kick down there, but Duckworth couldn't hold the mark, but he butters up the second time, picks it up very well, goes for the boundary line, and it's too long, it's out of bounds. So it'll be a penalty free kick to go to Hawthorn and half forward. Into this quarter by just on 19 minutes, and Hawthorn are 25 points to Essendon 8 points. Duckworth in front. Oh, great mark to Byrne. Too tall for Duckworth. Hawthorn are looking good, a very strong side. As we wait now for the big fella Byrne from about 30 metres out from goal. There's the kick on its way. It's a high one. Won't quite make the distance. The pack. Oh, there's a great mark to Brereton. A beautiful mark. Right in the middle of the pack.
It's a lovely mark, that one, Lou.
Well, Brereton's got a very difficult shot. He's only about 2 or 3 metres out, but right against the line.
On replay, we see Brereton judge that ball to perfection.
Waiting on Brereton now to put the Hawks' 5th goal on the board. That's providing he's successful, of course. Decides to run around. He's threaded it through for another one. So Hawthorn go on to 5 goals. 131 points to Essendon, 1 goal to 8 points.
It's a lovely mark by Dermot Brereton, and did deserve the goal that he finished off with. And once again, we'll see Dermot Brereton, the only player really in that pack to judge that ball. And we watch again as Brereton runs around and guides it truly.
Goal kickers for Hawthorn so far. 2 to Robertson, singles to Brereton, Loveridge and Matthews. Essendon's only goal kicker is Leon Baker, and the leading goal kicker in the match to date, Colin Robertson of Hawthorn. 31 plays 8 in the 84 VFL Grand Final from 7 Sport in Australia, and wherever you're watching around Australia or in fact around the world, we hope you're enjoying the telecast today. Knocked down by Madden, but not very far. A fist on by Baker. Essendon knock it further forward, up towards their centre-half forward position. Green gets scragged, but gets his kick, and the umpire says, though, it was a scrag, and Green could have almost lost that. Now it's going to McCarthy, the free kick. McCarthy's kick up towards centre wing. Brereton can't take the mark on that occasion. Spooned out to Payton, and the umpire says a throw. Now either by Payton or by Brereton.
I think it was Brereton, Payton.
Williams has the free kick for Essendon at right half-back flank. He's got up towards centre-half forward. Big pack of players set themselves. Ayres went through, so too did Clark. They both lost the ball. Here's a chance for Williams. He's got the ball in front of him now. It's taken by Merritt. Merritt looking for Watson, and he finds him, but he's just about pinned. Shrugs the tackle well from Rousseau. Chips the pass up towards full forward. Ezard robes it beautifully, and a snapshot is close and through for 1 point, I think. One behind to the Essendon total, taking Essendon now to 1 goal 3-9. Hawthorn 5-1 31.
Waiting for the ball to come back into play. 22 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Into this quarter by just on 22 minutes. Ball picked up here now by Madden, goes for a short pass. Oh, down goes Van der Haar, taps the ball actually onto Swab, gave him a bit of a break, but that's a bad hand pass. It should bounce okay for Lester Smith out there at half-back. It does. The kick back there towards the centre of the ground, and a mark taken by Robertson. A quick hand pass. Coming over there to Green. Green goes for a pass. The ball tapped away that time by Hawker. Coming out to meet it is Judge. He's in the front posse. Hawker's there, won't give up. Kicked off the ground again. Comes out to Russo. He goes down. It'll be against. No, it's out of bounds. I thought it may have been a free kick against Duckworth, but the umpire said no. I thought it might have been a trip ball.
Yes, I think it was, Lou, but the umpire not in position to see that one.
Waiting for the ball to come back. Madden and Payton to do battle there. It's tapped over the back of that. I think Payton might have got that out. Wallace and Robertson messed each other up, but Wallace recovers okay, gives the ball back to Mew, and Hawthorn go back into attack. Byrne got under that one. He actually messed up Burton that time, but coming in to help them out is Tuck. Hooks the ball back to Matthews. This looks dangerous. Oh, good play that time by Fowles. The ball was lost by the Hawthorn players, picked up by Fowles again, and he saved the day there with a pass over there to Clark. Back there it goes now to Hurd, out to Danaher. He's been pretty well covered by Mew, back to Neagle. They're going for the hand pass. They're messing about a bit as Baker takes it at half forward. Another short pass, a bad one, and a good mark taken there by Hellwood. Not much system about their play at the moment, Bob.
I think they're trying to break Hawthorn up, Lou, by hand passing and dropping the ball in short and going around the ground in various places. They're trying to break up the system of Hawthorn.
That's Danaher with a hand pass to Neagle, and the Bombers go back into attack. Van der Haar comes across, but Ayres, the ever-reliable Ayres, taps the ball away. He backs up again. A hand pass back to Payton. He looked no man's land, put Green under pressure. Dropping the ball against it. That was a very funny decision.
Well, the umpire was right on the spot there, and I must admit, as we watch on replay now, the ball comes down to Ezard.
But he's off target, and he's put it out of bounds on the full. He had the chance of a lifetime. Gallio Helmer went in after Van der Haar that time as the ball comes back into play by Ayres. Hurd still doing a great job on DP and Amenico, and the umpire's found a free kick. It'll be against DP and Amenico. It'll go to Hurd there on the half forward line for Essendon, about 65 metres out from their goal.
Hurd to take the free kick. As Donnell comes off the ground. Mew. 15-metre penalty. Essendon have given away a few of those. 7 Essendon and 3 Hawthorn. The stats on that so far. Schwab can't complete the mark. Hawker comes out with the ball. Good tackle by Wallace. In goes Hurd. Just about drags Wallace's head off, but no free kick for that. He's paid holding the ball. And Terry Wallace asks the question. Williams gives the ball back to the Essendon teammate in Hurd. Another 15-metre penalty that makes it 7-4.
He's doing a great job on DP and Amenico, Bob.
Yes, he is, isn't he? Harvey on his own. He's just come on, so he was loose. Payton, yes, marks it, third try. Ian Payton at full back. Goes wide towards the practice wicket area. Schwab and Williams. Schwab is caught without the ball. Play on as the call. Robertson does. The advantage rule being paid by the umpires. Tuck sets himself for the mark and gets it. And Matthews collects Bradbury in the meantime. And Bradbury collects Matthews in the meantime.
And gets 15 for it.
He was the one that got seen. Matthews didn't get seen. And that's a little bit of experience for you, I guess. That's the one that he didn't see. This is the one that he did.
I think Lee helped things along too.
Yeah. Michael Tuck from 50 metres out. Shoots at goal. He's kicked 1-1 so far now, Tuck. and Tuck puts through Hawthorn's 6th goal, 6-1-37, Essendon 1-3-9.
Well, certainly aided by that 15-metre penalty, but Michael Tuck in the replay shows Colin Robertson put the ball out to Tuck. The juggling mark held by Tuck, and now he's from behind the goals. Michael Tuck lining it up. And goal number 6.
37 plays 9 at the MCG in the VFL Grand Final. Payton tries to charge through, went without the ball. In goes Harvey for position number 2. He gets offloaded for his trouble. The ball out wide towards centre wing. Bradbury and Tuck racing for it. And even money bet that one. The ball beating both of them over the boundary line, and we'll see a throw in as Bradbury decides to go on with it.
6 goals, 137 Hawthorn to Essendon, 1 goal, 9 points. Into this quarter by nearly 27 minutes. Ball knocked out again. Picked up by Bradbury. The ball driven out towards that Bomber half-forward line. The ball hits the deck. Coming into meet it now is Baker. Played so well last week. Punched away by McCarthy. As a go now for Danaher. He's got the open space to run to an open goal. Fires. But he's off target and it's through for 1 point. So the Bombers not attacking too well at the moment. 1 goal for 10 points. To Hawthorn, off to a great start in this first quarter. 6 goals, 137.
Vanderhaar has been shifted to the half-back flank to pick up Tuck.
There was a bad kicking that time by O'Halloran, and marked here by the Essendon skipper, Danaher. Now he's well within kicking distance. He'd be about 45 metres out from goal.
While that was going on, Lou, Bradbury off, Dunnell on.
Waiting now for Danaher. They need this goal badly before the end of this first quarter. There it's on its way. It's a good kick and it's a goal. Well, that's the one they needed. 6 goals, 137 Hawthorn to Essendon, 2 goals, 4-16.
And once again, Bob, a short kick from defence resulting in a goal.
Yes, you often wonder, as it's often said, even the player has to be so far on his own that even with a missed kick, and David O'Halloran, well, he wouldn't need to be told.
Waiting on the centre bounce again. Into this quarter by just on 28.5 minutes. And the Bombers really need another goal before the end of this first quarter. Vanderhaar onto Brereton as the ball comes down to Watson. Taps the ball back there to Big Merritt. Gets a hurried kick back over the half-forward line for Essendon. There's a go for Danaher. Danaher away from Mew. Goes back into attack again, down towards the forward pocket. In the front posse that time was O'Halloran. Was he grabbed too high? The umpire said no, and the ball is out of bounds. About 35 metres around from the Essendon goal. There's 16 points to Hawthorn 37. Well, Madden missed that one. Wallace still in the thick of things, but he's always doing that as he finally comes out with the ball. Good play by Wallace. The ball drops short, punched away again by Hawker. And it's grabbed by Green, getting more kicks than he did the last time these two sides met. Matthews couldn't hold that down. Goes deep here to Mennigo. Taps the ball on. It's on the boundary line. I think it's gone over the line by Vanderhaar. And there'll be a throw in from that Hawthorn half-forward line about 65 metres around from the Hawthorn goals. 6 goals, 1 plays, 2 goals, 4 in favour of the Hawks.
Merritt and Payton. Knocked out to deep here to Mennigo. Not travelling 10 metres, that kick. Well, it's got one too high from Ezard, or Russo it was. And there's the siren. Need to be a mammoth kick to score from there, so I don't think there'll be, I guess he'll take it.
He'll give it a try, that's for sure.
Dave McNamara would find it difficult to kick from there, I think. It won't be a score, and so at quarter time, the scoreboard in the 84 Grand Final, 37 plays 16 in favour of Hawthorn. We'll get some comments from Bob Skilton in just a moment, but first of all, let's go down to the boundary and Stephen Phillips.
Thank you, Peter. Well, the conditions down here on the ground have changed dramatically in the last couple of hours. We had light rain during that quarter. The sun's out. It's nice and warm down here, but the ground itself has dried out remarkably well after the hail and rain of last night. They've had the super soppers out this morning, but the conditions out here are absolutely perfect. Injuries from both benches. They're both clear. Everyone's fit and raring to go.
Thank you, Stephen. Bob Skilton, how did you see the first quarter?
Well, the scoreboard really tells the tale. 6 goals to 2, and Hawthorn did dictate terms for most of that quarter. But Essendon are winning the ball well. They have had their chances up there, but their kicking has been astray. 2 goals for, and of those 4 points, a couple of them were fairly easy shots. So it's not as though Essendon haven't been gaining possession of the ball. And if they can begin to use the ball a bit more, they tactically tried to break Hawthorn up a little bit, but Hawthorn were first to the ball. They were more constructive with their use of it, and their defence a little tighter, with the exception of the time that David O'Halloran went for the short pass from full-back, and it resulted in Essendon's second goal. It was a goal that Essendon badly needed at that stage, because I feel if Hawthorn had kicked the next goal, then you may have found but we watched the replay of that first quarter, and this is when players decided that they didn't really like each other. Merritt coming from behind there, and now Madden.
A couple of good ones there. And umpire Glenn James coming out with the book to tell Madden that he's reporting, I would imagine.
He had a couple of goes there, Matt, didn't he, really?
Had a couple of goes. Just about set for the second quarter now. We begin the second term of the 1984 VFL Grand Final. Hawthorn leading 37 points to 16 before a capacity crowd at the MCG. Umpire Glenn James comes in to bounce the ball. Madden and Payton, won by Madden. A mammoth knock away up towards centre half forward. A chance for Essendon here. Schwab, though, gets in the road for Hawthorn. He's gone for a pass up towards centre field. Oh, the old let-it-go trick. Payton did, picked up by Folds. Folds out for Hurd on right centre wing, and the Bombers will swing into attack. Watson saying, no one chasing you, and there isn't. He's gone for a pass, and that's okay. Harvey takes the grab. He's gone for a pass in turn. Up to Donnell, who shoots at goal, and he's got it. 1 point. That's what Essendon wanted, a goal to start proceedings, but I think they'd be quite happy with the forward thrust. 20 points the difference.
Doing a great job out there, Hurd.
Gary Ayres this time will bring the ball back into play. I don't think he'll go for a short pass. He hasn't. Baker, Bradman not in possession, and Baker will take the free kick for the Essendon side at left half forward flank. 6 kicks to Baker. The hand pass a little astray. DP Domenico crashes through Clark, but he went without the ball. Chance for Essendon again. It's Neagle taking the hand pass from Hurd. He gets decked up towards half forward, and an Essendon mark is taken out there by Watson. Watson at right half forward. He's gone for a pass. Hawker on his own.
It's bad play by Ken Judge, allowing Hawker to run down the ground, and whether you're on the forward line or not, you have to be defensive when the opposition has the ball.
And the Hawthorn runner going out straight away. Hawker about 35 metres from goal. Only a slight angle. Wind behind him. And the ball is through for a point or out of bounds. It's the former. So Essendon opening the scoring in the second term with 2 points to make the difference now 19 points at the 2-minute mark.
Ball back into play again, out there towards the centre half back position. Oh, there's a good mark to McCarthy. Still the difference, 20 points, 15-metre penalty. A hand pass coming over to Russo. Russo looks for a lead, coming out to meet it is Brereton, couldn't hold that mark. Well backed up that time was Van Haar. He's pushed over the line, will get a free kick against Brereton.
Play on.
Now the umpire's called play on. Short pass coming over to Harvey, back to Watson. Watson goes for a pass, it'll be all right, I'd reckon. Yes, a good one there, and Madden's got the mark. Centre half forward, doesn't know where to go. He's lost, it goes back to Ezzard. A wild one out now to Clark. Clark fumbles. He straightens up now, fires at the goal, but he's off target, and it's through for another point. Essendon looking a lot better. They're bouncing back. You can feel that. 6 goals, 137 Hawthorn to Essendon 2-7-19.
They kick straight, and they'd be in front just about.
There's the kick again back into play. It's a high one out there towards the half back line, off the top of the pack. Grabbed by Wallace over to DP Domenico. A pass coming up to Brereton. Grabbed by Matthews. He's looking good as he gives a hand pass to Judge. Judge gets the ball back to Wallace, backing up well, back to Judge again. This looks like a goal to me if I've ever seen one. There it is. It's a beauty. Oh, there's a box on there between Judge and Duckworth. Billy Duckworth trying to ruffle them up a bit, but it's 7 goals, 143 to Essendon, 2 goals, 7-19.
Glenn James having a word to players, and we watch on replay as Judge gets the hand pass to Wallace. back to Judge. And Judge, no mistake about that one.
Well, Billy Duckworth's doing the best for his side he possibly can. He's trying to rough them up and put them off their balance, but hasn't succeeded so far because they're looking good. Centre bounce again. Knocked out by Madden for the second time. Harvey comes in, gets a hurried kick. It's a grubber. Backing up well as Lister Smith kicks the ball high out towards that wing position. Loveridge couldn't hold that one, but backing up as usual is Tucker. Hand pass to Wallace. He's playing a great game over to Brereton. This could be another one, but he's off target this time. And it hits the point post and it's out of bounds. On the full, a penalty free kick to go down there to Weston.
Weston at right back pocket to take the free kick for Essendon. 7-1, plays 2-7. Essendon actually with one more effective scoring shot. Over the top, mark taken by Byrne, and could get a 15-metre penalty. No. Certainly dished out a few of those today, haven't they? Byrne from left half forward. Couldn't score from there. Off the hands of the pack, and the ball rolling over the boundary line. We'll see a throw in left forward pocket for Hawthorn. Approaching the 5-minute mark now of the second term. 43 plays 19. 1984 VFL Grand Final, live on the 7 Network and associated stations throughout Australia. Robertson fumbles, Wallace doesn't. Can't get an effective kick in. Judge over the shoulder. Snapshot is off target though and through for 1 point to Hawthorn. And so at 7-2 plays 2-7. 44-19. Van der Haar to bring the ball back into play. Started on the forward line, now playing in defence obviously. Van der Haar comes towards the members' stand side. Good kick. In front, Madden has the ball knocked away from him. A chance for DP Domenico on centre wing to pick the ball up. He's not well shepherded. Finally gets the hand pass into Chris Mew at right centre wing. Mew looking for Matthews or Judge. Matthews steals it, shoots it goal, off target, out of bounds on the full, and a free kick will go to Essendon at left back pocket. And the recipient of the free kick will be Gary Folds. Folds looking for a lead across the half back line. Can't find any. Goes long. Brereton on his own, great mark.
Great mark to Brereton. A dangerous player, didn't play so well in that second semi-final. He's gone for a short pass. The little fella's got it. Loveridge with the ball now, about 30 metres out from goal. They're going directly at the ball, Hawthorn, and of course it's paying dividends. Loveridge going for Hawthorn's 8th goal, and Loveridge, I think this will be his second goal. That's if he's successful, but he's off target this time, and it's just about out of bounds on the full. Yes?
That's 3 out of bounds on the full in the last 2 minutes.
Penalty free kick down there to Hawker. The ball back into play again. DP Domenico and Hurd having a great battle out there. Down goes DP Domenico, cleared away by Hurd. He's on top. Danaher tries to crash through the pack, but he's grabbed by 2 of them that time. Couldn't get clear. The ball tapped on by Clark. Intercepting beautifully that time as Ayres. A long hand pass out there to Russo. Another one coming to Green. Green fumble, tapped the ball on. Backing up as Danaher. He's lost it. He goes down. Grabbed by DP Domenico. Tuck tries to get it out. Plenty of fumbling. Kicked off the ground by Byrne. In goes Big Madden, but he's too slow to pick that one up. Finally grabbed by Walsh's grab. The umpire said no, he had no hope. It was a good tackle by Brereton, but he had no chance. And the umpire will ball it up at half forward for Hawthorn. It's about 65 metres out from their goal. They're in front by 25 points. It'll be a free kick against Byrne.
Van der Haar back on the forward line now, Luke.
Well, he wasn't doing too well there in defence, but they need someone up there in attack also, Bob, as we watch Madden drive the ball back towards the centre of the ground. But there's Swab got under that one, and young Harvey's doing pretty well since he came onto the ground. Hooks the ball round, looking for Merritt. It's too long. Coming in to meet it now is O'Halloran. Goes for a long hand pass. It'll be okay. Finally grabbed by Mew. Nearly copped one from Neagle, but he shrugged him off. Goes for a beautiful pass, and there's a mark to Lester Smith.
Lester Smith at right half forward flank. No one chasing. Harvey's still about 10 metres away. He'll be blocked. Lester Smith keeps going. He could just about score. Shoots. It's coming round, but again out of bounds on the full, and that's 4 out of bounds on the full in the last 2.5 minutes to Hawthorn.
Well, they're wasting a few opportunities after playing so well to get the ball down there, Pete.
Weston at left back pocket. Lobs it high, looking for Madden, of course. Madden has it punched away from him. Brereton's there for Hawthorn, fires it out to Green. Green in turn a high kick towards Matthews. Two Essendon players are there. Tuck steals it from them. Up towards Judge and Bradbury. Neither can take the mark. Loveridge runs into trouble. Matthews out of bounds on the full. That's 5. Well, they don't want to kick goals, Hawthorn. But full credit to the Essendon defence. They're putting them under plenty of pressure. And Weston again. Same spot as he was a minute ago. Brings the ball back into play once more. Looking for Walsh this time. Over the top. Brereton could have got into his back. The umpire says it's a play-on call. I don't know how he can. It's a high tackle. Well, I must admit I didn't see that. And Kevin Walsh could have given away 15 metres. In fact, he has. That's very silly, Bob, isn't it?
I think it was a bit of an accident, that one. I don't really think that was the 15-metre, the free kick. But I think he meant to throw it back, but in his anxiety to get back and pick up his man, it didn't go to him.
That's not a bad sort of a kick. Going pretty close, touched right on the line, I think. Yes, it is. And so 1 point. 7-3 to 2-7. 45 plays 19. Approaching the 10-minute mark now of the term. Folds. Goes towards the member stand side. Paddled further forward by Russo. Wallace is on the boundary line. He goes over. So too does Timmy Watson, and we'll see a boundary throw in between right half forward flank and right forward pocket for Hawthorn.
26 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Just over the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. The grand final of 1984 as Fowles clears the ball back out there, but a good mark to Mew. They've had a great tussle, Mew and Danaher. I'd say that Mew was just on top, Bob.
I think so, Lou.
The ball driven up there by Mew over the half-forward line for the Hawks. They fly. Little Loveridge tries to juggle that one, but he won't give in. He goes down, taps the ball out to Brereton. A good hand pass out to Byrne. The kick is not a good one. It beats about 4. It's a chance for Judge now. Grabs the ball up beautifully. A hand pass to Green. That's smothered. They can't get a goal at the moment as Loveridge picks it up. Turns, snaps at the goals. It's into the goal square. Deep here a minute ago. The ball tapped down a little out of bounds, I would say. Yes, out of bounds in the forward pocket. Well, full marks to Essendon defence because they're really fighting hard there, but Hawthorn going into attack on every occasion. Oh, there's a great battle. Matthews with a snap at goal. This is close. It'll be a goal. A goal to Matthews. 8 goals, 3, 51 Hawthorn. To Essendon, 2 goals, 7-19.
Well, that was Matthews at his best, Lou, bringing up his second goal. Very quick to get ball to boot. We watched Matthews. Whether he knew where the goals were or not doesn't matter, but the way he got ball to boot immediately, and that's the greatness of Lee Matthews.
Centre bounce, 51 plays 19 in favour of Hawthorn. Small kick that time by Izzard. Plenty of fighting going on as Merritt is virtually tripped, but the umpire said no, it'll be a ball up at centre field again. We're just on the 12-minute mark of this second quarter, and Hawthorn looking good. Madden down there in the forward pocket as the ball is... Oh, there was a high tackle that time to Baker. And we see Hurd and DP a minute ago, and Hurd actually had a go at Robertson too, but the free kick to go to Baker right on the edge of the square.
And Merritt just gave Robertson one to go on with.
Yes, he did too. The umpire didn't see it. Baker from centre wing looks for Madden. Can't complete the mark. Paddled away from Green by Vanderhaar. Up towards full forward for us, knocked away by Ayres, picked up by Byrne, who shrugs one tackle, goes out wide, and Wallace picks up a slips catch type of mark. Deep here to Medico. Oh, good interception by Baker and gets it down to Clark. Beautiful play. Madden from the back. Byrne in front. No mark to either player. Good decision. Williams shrugs one tackle. Caught. No. Play on, says the umpire. Out comes Harvey. He's done well since he came on. Harvey's kick is a high one. No one can take the mark there. A chance for Schwab. Plays it well. Schwab from centre half back. Goes long. Walsh and Brereton. Walsh, good mark. Gets clear. Shoots it out towards deep here to Medico, who takes a fine mark. Had the sit on Hurd then. Deep here to Medico, short of left centre wing. Kick topping a little bit short. Oh, Merritt missed it, what he should have taken. Picked up by Tuck, but he's caught with the ball. Merritt wins out. Up to half forward, Mew and Danaher. Byrne backing up, fires it back and turn to Mew. Short kick again, up towards Tuck and Merritt. Wallace Grab, did he have the ball? No, says the umpire, and Wallace to take the free kick. Very cleverly played by Wallace. 11 possessions to Wallace. He's gone for a pass. It's on to Robertson at the practice wicket area. Robertson long in towards goal. Won't be a score, or will it be a behind? Yes, 1 point, says the umpire, and 1 point taking Hawthorn to 8-4. Essendon 2-7.
And it's 33 points the difference. 14-minute mark of the second quarter. Hawthorn still looking very good. They're well on top as the ball goes out there. And a good mark to Timmy Watson. Started the first quarter off very well, but slowed down a bit. But most of the Essendon players have done likewise. There's a 15-metre penalty against Hawthorn. This brings Watson up to the wing position. And the Bombers badly needing a goal at this particular stage of the match, Bob, to lift their game.
Because I think their morale seems to be down a little bit at the moment. They're not running as they were earlier.
Kicked by Watson as across to centre half forward. Oh, there's a mark to Van der Haar. They need this fella to fly the flying Dutchman.
He'll just about kick this if he goes long.
And he's well out from centre half forward, about 60 metres out. That's a mammoth kick towards the goals. And it's finally tapped on by Robertson through for 1 point. So the difference now 32 points. 2 goals, 8-20 plays, 8 goals, 4-52 in favour of Hawthorn. Short pass, it's a dangerous one. Oh, fumble that time by Byrne. He's got time to pick this one. Oh, well tackled by Merritt. Gets a hand pass back with the umpire, said holding the ball, and rightly so.
Once again, a short kick has got Hawthorn into trouble.
That's right. Merritt goes for a short pass, looking for Danaher. Not a good one, and mark there. Oh, the umpire's called play because it was taken by Mew. A shot by Harvey. A chance there for McCarthy. He's tapped the ball on. It's going through for a point. They were lucky to get away with that, Hawthorn. That short passing in defence could be their undoing today if they're not careful. 8 goals, 4 plays, 2 goals, 9. As we wait for the ball to come back into play. It's a high kick. DP Domenico couldn't mark that. The umpire's found a free kick. It'll go back there to O'Halloran against Van der Haar for 1 in the back. So it's O'Halloran out there towards the half-back flank position for Hawthorn. Hawthorn 52 points to Essendon 21. No one could mark that one. Knocked on by Neagle. Actually knocked it out there to Russo, who's got a clear run, goes for a pass to Matthews. And I would say that he's well on top of Duckworth today. He's looking a mighty dangerous player, this 33-year-old captain. A short pass to Swab. And Swab's about 45 to 50 metres out from goal. He's a very reliable player, this one, too. He played a great game in that second semi-final against Essendon. There she is on its way. Doesn't make the distance. Falls short. Punched away again that time by Donnell. A hand pass coming over from to Duckworth. Duckworth gets the ball out wide. And then we see Baker. He's played pretty well today for Essendon. A good pass to Harvey. He's done very well since coming on the ground. To Clark. And a little Lazard's grab. He's gone without the ball. Well played by Lester Smith, but he can't get up. Finally, a hand pass comes out to Green. He was put under pressure. He got one too high. And Green will take the free kick. The Bombers are tackling a bit high. And, of course, Hawthorn are reaping the benefit with the free kicks. The ball finally over the half-forward line for Hawthorn. Players set themselves. Tuck's got it. It'll be a mark to Tuck. He's only about 40 metres out from goal. They're playing with a lot more confidence than Essendon. And Tuck's already kicked, hasn't kicked a goal. Now it's a free kick against Tuck. Hawthorn crowd not too happy about the decision.
Taken by Merritt. Robertson at centre field decides to play on, gets around Williams. The pass is not a good one. In fact, it's a shot. Weston. Williams. Well, that must be very slippery over there. Weston again. Looks for Danaher. He's got him, but he couldn't take the mark. Oh, McCarthy just missed that one and plays on. He's gone for a pass. It too is a shocker. That's Watson in. And there'll be a 15-metre penalty, surely. No. Folds takes the hand pass. Kick is high towards Danaher again. Mew goes the spoil. Danaher, has he got the mark? No, says the umpire. He got one in the back, I thought. The umpire says still play on. A real scramble of players. Sees the ball out to Gary Ayres, but the umpire in the meantime has found a free kick for a trip. And it will go to Chris Mew. Mew at left half-back flank. Not a good kick by the Hawthorn centre half-back. That'll be a free kick to Baker. Van der Haar off the ground. Thompson on, Baker, wide towards half-forward, looking for Danaher again. This time he's got clear of Mew. Gathers it in right on the boundary line, hooks it back towards the forward pocket. It may elude Madden, will it? No, it doesn't. Kept in play. Here's Art Rose.
It's out of bounds, Brett.
Bounds, was it? Yes. I thought it was very close, but it's pretty hard to see from here. And the boundary umpire was a little bit behind the play, and so it will be a boundary throw-in just about in the right forward pocket for Essendon.
Clark onto Matthews. And Duckworth coming up to the forward line, it looks.
McCarthy and Madden. Mew, a fresh air shot, picked up by Wallace, tries the hand pass, almost intercepting out there was Thompson. In goes Robertson over the top of him. Thompson comes out with the ball, not for very long. It's a real scramble. Finally, it's picked up by Russell Green. Green tries to get around Baker, successfully executes that manoeuvre up towards centre wing, picked up by Brereton. His kick into the open spaces. Out comes Matthews. Clark this time his opponent. Matthews does it beautifully, fires out the hand pass to Loveridge, doesn't get a favourable bounce. He's shepherded. Loveridge on the boundary line, has a shot at goal. It's close, but not close enough, and through for 1 point to Hawthorn, taking their score to 8 goals 5 to Essendon 2 goals 9.
32 points the difference. And we're just on the 20-minute mark of this second quarter. And still Essendon can't break through. A short pass. It'll be okay and marked here by Neagle down there in the back pocket position. A hand pass coming over to Fowles. Well, he juggled that one, swab on his tail. The ball down there towards Duckworth playing at full forward. We see the ball grabbed here now by Harvey. A long one down there towards that half-forward line. Watson spins out of the pack beautifully. Gets away from Russo. The kick is not a good one. Finally picked up here now with a long hand pass from Danaher over to Lazard. He gets the ball back to Williams. This could be dangerous. It could be a goal. And the little rover runs into the goal now. A hand pass coming over to Duckworth. And he scores a goal. So that move paid off straight away. 8 goals 5, 53 Hawthorn, Western 3-9, 27.
So that's certainly a goal that Essendon needed, and they're playing better than Hawthorn at the present moment. Hawthorn have got fallen away in their disposal. As we watch on replay, Williams gets around the tackle, gives the hand pass over the top to Duckworth, and no mistake from there. A good goal to Essendon, and they've worked hard to get it.
26 points the difference, and that move of Duckworth, the full forward, Bob, could be pretty helpful to the Bombers.
Essendon are playing well around the ground at the moment. They need a little bit of luck.
Brereton taps the ball on over to DP and Manico. A hurried kick, a chance for little Loveridge. He's doing a great job, a great mark. We see Neagle knock his own mate over that time, Fowles. So it's Loveridge at centre half forward, about 50 metres out from goal. I think the distance may be too far for the little fellow. He's already kicked 1 goal. There it is on its way. It's a nice kick. Now it can hold that one, and it's finally forced over the line and out of bounds in the forward pocket position. 23 and a half minutes gone. 8 goals 5 plays, 3 goals 9 in favour of Hawthorn. Waiting for the ball to come back into play. Well, Payton couldn't get clear. Merritt's into his back. They fumble there, and the umpire's going to ball it up again. Still in the forward pocket position, about 15 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. They're in front by 26 points. Knocked out by Payton. It comes down there. They still juggle again, and once again the umpire will ball it up. It's been a pretty torrid game, even though Hawthorn are in front by 26 points. The Bombers haven't given up by a long shot yet. Got a fighting spirit about this team. Knocked out by Merritt, punched on by Fowles. It comes out to Wallace. Wallace in a bit of trouble, goes for a hand pass. It's a wild one. Merritt comes over, overruns the ball. Finally it comes out to Tuck, in a bit of trouble. He's over the line and out of bounds. This defence has stood up pretty well this quarter for Essendon, Bobby.
Yes, they're really applying pressure, Lou, and anything less than that pressure could easily have seen Hawthorn kick a lot of goals.
Boundary throw in again, picked up by Neagle. Walsh up to half back. Over the top, Byrne can't take the mark. Mew dives on top of it. He'll try and get a hand pass out, not quick enough. Here's Duckworth, who kicked their last goal. He's gone for a hand pass, paddled back by Byrne, but Duckworth intercepted. He's caught. Byrne again gets it wide of Thompson. In goes Neagle, so too does O'Halloran. Thompson dives on top of him, and it will be a ball up on centre wing. Tackling of both sides has been pretty ferocious. A bounce on centre wing. 23 and a quarter minutes gone, second term, knocked away by Michael Byrne, who's there, folds for Essendon, leads Robertson in the race for the ball. Lester Smith, he's been fairly quiet today. Robertson paddles it out wide to Tuck. Tuck in turn tries to find a teammate, but Merritt's there. Neagle Short pass, Thompson. Essendon looking a little bit better. He'll try and find Harvey. Doesn't get a favourable bounce, Harvey. In goes Schwab. It's an Essendon free kick. 9th possession since he came on, Harvey. So, as I said, he's done well. And look at that for disposal. Danaher. Ezard. He won't get caught. He shoots at goal. It's close, but not close enough. All through for only 1 point to take Essendon now to 3 goals, 10, 28 points. Essendon, Hawthorn, 8-5, 53, and Harvey is limping a little bit. 15-metre penalty on the kick-off line. Enables McCarthy to run clear. Trying to find Lester Smith, can't outmark Harvey, and the ball dribbling over the boundary line. It'll be thrown in left half forward flank for Essendon. And Essendon looking a little bit better towards the latter stages of this quarter, as they did in the first term, but Hawthorn still have the score on the board. Byrne and Madden. Thompson went up in the ruck. Loveridge gets pounced on by Thompson. By Glenn James has decided on a bounce. 53 plays 28 in the 84 Grand Final. Madden and Byrne. Byrne jockeying for front position. Neither gets an effective tap away. Ezard. Watson was at 10 metres. Yes, says the umpire, and Watson goes back for his kick. He's within kicking distance too. Lobs it high with a torpedo punt kick up towards the goal square. And it's a goal, is it, or a point? No. Oh, gee, it was close. Very, very close. 3 goals, 11 to 8 goals, 5. McCarthy this time towards the outer side. He'll have to kick it back again because the umpire is still waving the flags. Players need rear vision mirrors, don't they? Not as many goals scored in the first quarter, where we had 8 kicked. Essendon have kicked 1 this quarter, and Hawthorn has kicked 2. Only 3 goals for the term so far, as we are about a minute into time.
And the difference still 24 points in favour of Hawthorn. The ball out there towards that half back line. The umpire said it'll be a free kick. It'll go out there to Loveridge. He's played a fine game so far too. In a real terrier. He's had 10 possessions so far. Great mark to Byrne. Now Hawthorn have got the ball out there on the centre wing position. Byrne goes for the long kick, looking there for Brereton. That's a good mark to Brereton. Brereton at half forward, about 55 metres out from goal. Gone for the long kick. They all fly, and it's finally forced through for 1 point. So it's 25 points the difference. 8 goals, 6 plays, 54 to Essendon, 3 goals, 11-29. There's a pass coming out there. It'll be okay. Baker's got that one. He's been a great player today for Essendon, Bob Baker.
Yes, he and Wallace are both doing a good job for their sides. Short
pass, it'll be okay. Nearly went off the mark that time. Hawker, the umpire, gave him the benefit of the doubt.
He was off.
And Hawker takes that on the centre wing position. Boots it across to centre half forward. Players set themselves. The ball off the top of the pack. Little Ezard couldn't get clear. They pounce on top of him. Deep Domenico goes down with the ball. That was like a rugby tackle that time. And the umpire will ball it up on the edge of the square.
Free kick.
He's going to give a free kick to Deep Domenico. Probably got it too high. Possibly in the head. Running on Deep Domenico to send the ball back towards the Hawthorn half-forward line. It falls a bit short. Walsh dropped one. Merritt tried to kick it off the ground. This gave Lester Smith a chance, but the umpires found a free kick to the big fella Merritt, plus a 15-metre penalty. This will bring him right up to the wing position. Well, Hawthorn looked as though they were going to run away with this game, but you've got to give Essendon a lot of credit because they're really fighting back. They badly need a goal here now before half-time to get themselves really back in the game for the second half. Ball hits the deck. Watson couldn't pick that up. Schwab gets a good hand pass. Good play by Schwab as he gets it out now to Russo. Looking there for a lead. It's gone wide out towards that flank. Going after it now as Weston hardly spotted him today. He gets it over to Hawker. The ball is finally kicked out there towards little Ezard. And there we see little Loveridge grabbing it over towards Russo. He's well tackled that time, and the ball is out of bounds. That's the crowd appealing for holding the ball that time, but I don't think Russo had much chance at all. Ball back into play. Merritt and Byrne. Grabbed at the back of the pack by Watson. He lost it. Hurried kick by Wallace out towards DP Domenico and Hurd. It's Hurd in the front posse. He's grabbed. Tries to get the ball back. It's finally cleared away by Hawker. Back there towards Danaher, who grabs the mark. Good play by Danaher. This fella never gives in. It doesn't matter how badly he's going in the early part of the game. He goes for a short pass. It's a bad one. And there's the siren to end the second quarter. And half-time of the 1984 Grand Final, we see Hawthorn 8 goals, 654 to Essendon, 3 goals, 11-29.
Hawthorn's approach to football in the 80s has reflected the dour, methodical approach of its policeman coach, Alan Jeanes. The senior sergeant charged with the job of taking the Hawks to its second successive flag has been in this coaching caper longer than any other, since 1961 in fact. He coached St Kilda to its first flag in 1966, and in 1984, the one-time Saints player takes part in his 5th grand final. While Jeanes was a battler as a player, his opponent today, Essendon's Kevin Sheedy, was a key player in 254 appearances with Richmond. He played in 3 premierships as a rugged, hard-hitting back pocket, and it's been this aggressiveness that has been the earmark of Sheedy-coached teams from Windy Hill. More flamboyant, more outspoken, but Sheedy is just as desperate for success. The battle between Hawks and Bombers rests heavily with these two vastly different grand final campaigners.
So we're just about set now for the third quarter. We begin the third quarter of the 1984 VFL Grand Final. Hawthorn leading 54-29. Knocked down by Madden, picked up by Watson, swings Essendon into attack. He's looking for Baker. Ayres knocks the ball clear. Mew fists it further clear. Russo on to DP Domenico, who's been fairly quiet today. Now the chances for Watson. Lester Smith went the knock on, but it's picked up by Duckworth. Duckworth and turned to Williams. Williams back to Duckworth. Essendon looking good. He's gone for a pass. Harvey slips over, though, at the crucial moment. So too does Ayres. It's very slippery out there in the practice wicket area. It comes to Loveridge. Loveridge up towards centre field, and the mark is taken by Ian Payton. Payton plays on. He looks for Brereton. Finds him. The Hawthorn centre half forward goes long. He'll try and find Matthews, and he doesn't let him down. Lee Matthews, about 35 to 40 metres out from goal. Should get the distance.
Well, that good play starter from Ayres down there in the back pocket.
We'll wait on the accuracy. Going to aim for the right goalpost, I think. Well, he's done that maybe just a little bit too much. And it's through for 1 point. So 1 point to Hawthorn, opening the scoring in the second half. 8-7 to 3-11. Gary folds towards the members' stand side. DP Domenico fists the ball away. It goes to Thompson. Thompson's kick to the half-forward line. Mew is there first for Hawthorn. Pretty close to the boundary line. He does keep it in play. Hooks it back up towards centre field. Don't know whether that was well done because it's taken by Hurd. He's gone for a short pass, and that's okay. It's marked by Harvey. He's had 12 possessions since he came onto the ground and 6 marks. So he's done fairly well and would be one of Essendon's better players. Up towards the full forward position. Merritt, Mew. None can take it. Out it goes to Russell Green. Calling forward is Schwab. Oh, missed him. It was Harvey. Back to Green. Payton, good mark. Decides to play on with the hand pass on to Wallace. He gets collared. Not downfield, says the umpire. Hawker at half-back. Lester Smith has got him. Holding the ball. No, says the umpire. A push in the back to Essendon is the decision. That doesn't please Hawthorn's fans. And the free kick will be taken by Clark. He's got it over to Folds, and here go Essendon through Neagle.
And Neagle goes for the long kick over the half-forward line. Danaher with a great mark. Well, even though Mew's played fairly well, he's giving Danaher a lot of latitude, and that could be pretty dangerous from Hawthorn's point of view. Danaher from centre half forward goes for his second goal, but he's off target. Merritt comes in. The big fella's got it. Thought it might have been over the line when he grabbed that, but the umpire said no. Looked about 10 feet over the line.
It did.
Merritt right on the boundary line.
Watch on replay.
No, I think he's grabbed it inside.
No, he's got it inside.
I think the boundary umpire was in perfect position to see it.
Merritt. The difference 26 points. This will make the difference if he's on target, 20 points. And this will give the Bombers a real chance in this grand final of 1984.
He just about played on there.
There he is firing at the goals, but he's off target and through for 1 point. So it's 25 points the difference. 8 goals, 7-55 Hawthorn to Essendon, 3 goals, 12-30. Into this third quarter by 3.5 minutes. Ball back into play again. Domenico and Hurd, they've had a great battle. I'd say the honours are in favour of Hurd as Domenico knocks the ball on and the ball is out of bounds up towards the centre wing position. The Bombers badly needing a goal. Payton and Madden go for the knockout. Well, neither got advantage that time. It comes back there to Swab, gets a hurried kick. It's a high one, doesn't travel much distance. Thompson went the punch, picked up by Little Harvey. He's doing a great job since coming out of the ground. Baker overruns the ball, but Danaher picks it up, fires at the goals. It's a long shot, charge for Duckworth. He flies, but it's finally forced through for 1 point. Duckworth hit the post too, I think. So it's the difference now, 24 points. 55 plays 31. Ball back into play again. Oh, there's a bad kick. They all got under that one. The ball hits the deck now. Lester Smith shows a lot of dash. Streaks away from Watson. Oh, he went without the ball. He's in a bit of trouble now, but he's clear. Finally goes for a pass over the half-forward line. Coming out to meet it now is Matthews. Clark there, but Matthews taps it on. Walsh comes in to grab the ball. On the boundary line, he's carted over the line, got one too high, and will take the free kick down there in the back pocket.
And the 15-metre penalty. No, he's not giving it. Walsh from half-back. Looks for Watson. Knocked away by Ezard. Loveridge and Madden. Neagle, good use of the body, good hip and shoulder, socket away by Lester Smith. Up to Russo, who's grabbed when he didn't have the ball. Out of bounds.
Well, there's still no big partners out there, Pete.
None at all. There'll be a few tired guys tonight, I think, on both sides. Payton and Madden. Donnell and Tuck. Out of bounds again, I think. No, it's still in play. Donnell just about throws it out. Loose ball up towards centre wing. Williams puts Essendon into attack. He's looking for Baker. Ayres, great mark. Played a great game, Gary Ayres. Had a great duel. Ayres comes in towards centre field. Bad pass, picked out by Ezard. Ezard up towards full forward. Oh, Merritt's got his name on it. Merritt about 35 metres out from goal. Has the chance to put through Essendon's 4th goal. Umpire just whistling him around. He should definitely get the distance. Taking plenty of time with the kick. He's hooked it a little bit, I think. Almost a mark. Schwab. Williams gets overrun. He's got the ball. Tackled well by Ayres. The umpire says not holding the ball. It'll be a ball up.
A ball up about 12 metres out from the Essendon goal. Just on the 7-minute mark of this third quarter. The 1984 grand final. McCarthy and Merritt knocked out by McCarthy. Loveridge fumbled that one. Ezard with a hand pass back to Williams. Well smothered by Wallace. He was collared going through, but Williams won't give in. Ezard drives it up there towards full forward, but McCarthy's in the way to take the mark. 15-metre penalty. Duckworth showing plenty of strength down there. I don't blame Billy for that because he's trying to put a bit of life into this Essendon side as the ball comes out into the half-back line for Hawthorn. Off the top of the pack, picked up nicely by Hawker. Hooks the ball back there towards the full forward position, but there's a good mark taken in defence by Swat. It'll be a free kick to Ayres. I think Merritt may have interfered there. The kick by Ayres is back towards the centre of the ground. Robertson and Foles, but Foles outmanoeuvres in that time and takes the mark at centre field. A short pass, and Baker's grabbed it at centre half forward. Baker ready to send them deep into attack. The ball drops a bit short. Players position themselves. Duckworth got his hands. Loveridge gets a hurried kick towards the boundary line. It'll beat Harvey and it's out of bounds. About 15 metres around from the Essendon goal. They're fighting it hard to get that 4th one. 31 plays, 55 in favour of Hawthorn. Just over the 8-minute mark. Merritt tried to juggle that one. It's knocked out towards Green. He's down. Picked up here by Thompson. He's got it. A bad hand pass. Taken away from him by Russo. Runs to centre half back. Has a long kick over the half forward line. Matthews in front. Couldn't hold that mark. Tapped on that time by Foles. It's a bad one, but Judge won't pick it up. He's kicked it off the ground. He goes after it again, but Hawker's there with him now. Judge is clear. Goes after it again. He was nearly tripped. The umpire's spotted it. And it'll be a free kick to Judge out there at half forward, about 60 metres out from goal.
Well called, Louis. Ken Judge to take the free kick. And not much of a trip, but it certainly was there and well picked up by Lou. Well done. Clark and Matthews. Matthews spins out beautifully. Left foot snapshot is pretty close. He's got it. What a goal. Well, Matthews doesn't need many kicks to be damaging, does he? 9-7-61 to 3-13-31.
What a player, Bob.
I think Peter summed it up. He doesn't need many kicks, and we watched the replay. The blind turn, left foot, and he was completely off balance, but he knew exactly where that ball was going.
3 goals to Matthews, 2 to Robertson, the leading goal kickers for Hawthorn. 61 plays 31 at the MCG. Harvey fumbles, but gets it to Williams nonetheless. Ball overruns Mew, picked up by Ayres. Ayres, a wild kick out towards the centre wing position. Hawker should get there first. DP Domenico in hot pursuit. The ball bounces beautifully for Hawker, though. Hawker, he's gone for a pass up towards half forward, looking for Danaher. Mew punches the ball well clear and out of bounds, and the boundary throw in between right half forward and right forward pocket for Essendon. Bradbury coming back on, and Thompson being taken off. Danaher does the ruck work, does it beautifully, gets it to Harvey too. Great mark, great play. 7th mark to Harvey.
Played a great game since coming on the ground, Peter.
Yes, he hasn't played many matches for Essendon, but one of the recruits of the year.
I was surprised he wasn't picked in the selected side to go onto the ground at the start.
Harvey directly in front, only 20 metres out from goal. Oh, gee, that's a shocking kick. It's out of bounds on the full. That's unbelievable. And DP Domenico off with a dose of the cramp, I think, perhaps. The ball comes back into play, up towards the outer side. Russo has the run. Robertson gets there first, though. Tries to get around Foles. He'll give it to Russo. Russo on centre wing. Up to Matthews and Clark. Neagle, Williams, tries to get around Tuck. Foles gets one at the back, but over to Williams. Williams a little chip pass up to Watson, who marks in front of Lister Smith on centre wing. Timmy Watson, one of Essendon's best players so far. He's gone for a pass, and that's okay. He's found Danaher. Running Mew around a lot. Danaher up to half forward. Green goes the knock away. Onto Schwab. Cool in the crisis. He's gone for a pass. Eade on for Hawthorn. That's his first touch of the day. Wallace. Long, looking for Matthews and Clark, wearing him like a glove. Knocked away by Clark. Folds is there. Robertson gives him a nudge in the back. The ball is out of bounds. It will be thrown in right forward pocket for Hawthorn.
He's gone 11.5 minutes gone. 30 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Out of bounds about 30 metres around there. We see DP Domenico. The ball knocked to the ground. Clark going after. Taps it on. He could have picked that one up, but finally forced out of bound by Robertson. But it's still deep in Hawthorn's attacking zone. The Bombers badly needing a goal. If they're going to have a chance in this grand final of 1984. Byrne against Walsh. Ball hurriedly kicked that time by Legal. And there's a mark taken by Williams towards the centre of the ground. Could be a 15-metre penalty. No, the umpire said that's okay. He's calling him back now. He finally gets the kick out wide. And that's Duckworth. He dropped that one. He slipped. They pounce on top of him. He tries to get it out. Tapped on by O'Halloran. Coming in to meet it now is Watson out there on the wing position. He runs into Lister Smith, but he shrugs him off okay. A hand pass coming over to Weston. Hardly sighted him as he goes for a short pass. It's okay. A mark there to Baker. Baker looking for a lead from Big Merritt, and the big fella couldn't hold that one.
Free kick.
Got one in the back.
No, free kick. He said he was held.
And the free kick will go to Merritt about 35 metres out from goal. He's got him by the pants there, I would say. Now Merritt's got a chance to put this 4th goal on the board, which certainly has been eluding the Bombers for quite some time. He's well within kicking distance, only on a slight angle. Yet to score a goal, the big fella. He's hit the post. Well, things are not going the Bombers' way, Bob, and with that sort of luck, Well, it certainly disheartens the rest of the side.
17 shots to 16 as Di Domenico received some treatment. But Essendon have had opportunities, but not quite running their way.
3 goals, 14 to 9-7. 15-metre penalty to Ayres, who's played a great game for the Hawks. Knocked out that time by Lester Smith. Finally, we see the ball driven up there by Hawthorn out towards that half-forward line. Hawker picks it up right on the line, goes for a hand pass, it'll be okay. Picked up by Donnell, he's grabbed, but he strikes his opponent clear as he finally kicks the ball up there towards the half-forward line. They all go for that one, punched out by Mew. Little Loveridge comes out of the pack. Played a great game as the ball finally goes back there towards Neagle, takes the mark.
Brereton's in trouble.
Yeah, Brereton in trouble. We see Neagle break clear. He's upended, gets the kick up there. Ayres coming in. Danaher, what? Oh, great mark to Ayres. Played a fine game. Brereton doesn't look the best. So the ball out wide to Wallace. It's a bit long, but it should bounce okay for him. He juggles that one, backing up well there as Williams, but it's Wallace coming out with the ball, but down he goes. Did he get one on the back? The umpire said no, as we see the ball cleared away by Bradbury. Duckworth comes in, got a touch of the fumbles, but he gets it on the second go. Finally drives it up there towards the full forward position, and Baker's got it. Baker's got it dead in front. So there's the big chance to kick their 4th goal. Curran on the ground and Brereton up.
And the 15-metre penalty has put him right on the goal line, so he couldn't possibly miss it. Not that he wouldn't have missed it anyway.
We watch again, we see why the 15-metre penalty. In frustration, pushing the back. And so Baker tying up the boot. A very reliable kick. Would almost certainly have kicked it with or without the 15-metre penalty.
Yes, I don't think it made any difference whatsoever, Bob. Baker's second goal for Essendon. He got there first of the game, and the scoreboard now, Essendon 4-14-38, Hawthorn 9-7-61.
Well, 23 points, Bob, is not an impossible lead to peg back, really, is it?
No, they've had their share of play, Lou. It's not as though they're being decimated around the ground. This is the point, and they're still in there with a big chance.
15 and a half minutes gone. Eade paddles the ball forward for Judge. Intercepting is Neagle. Must be 14 Essendon players there. Hawker comes out with the kick wide. Watson doesn't get the bounce. Over the top, Green. Beautifully done to Eade. He's done well since he came on that wing. Eade, good shepherd by Green. Eade's hand pass on to Wallace. He's in trouble, Wallace. Out the Green. Shocking kick out of bounds.
Well, they were messing about too much, Pete. Should have gone directly at the goals instead of trying to do that little bit too much.
So boundary throw in left forward pocket for Hawthorn. Byrne and Walsh. Knocked down to Izzard though. Izzard clears it. Up towards half-back, in front is Merritt. Over the top. Knocked away into the hands of Robertson. Robertson's gone for a hand pass to Eade. That's about 4 possessions this quarter for Eade. He's gone for a pass. It's a shocker. An absolute shocker. Izzard. Short pass. That one's not much better. Not towards centre wing. Or centre field, I should say. Picked up by Duckworth. Relishing the open spaces. Oh, he's caught. Tried to do too much with it, Billy. Merritt a fresh air shot. Duckworth again. Payton. Not much signs there. Robertson. Out comes Matthews. Knocked away from him. A chance for Weston. Loveridge might get there first. He does, but Folds beats both of them. Folds with a left footer out towards centre wing, trying to find Donnell, and he does. Donnell on the move. Away he goes. He'll go for a run. Matthews in pursuit. So too is Byrne. Harvey comes in for the shepherd. Crashes Byrne to the ground. Gets his kick in. Up towards the forward pocket. Off the hands of Byrne. Hawker. Grab. Ridden into the ground. And the umpire says it will be a ball up. Stephen Phillips has some news for us downstairs.
Thank you, Peter. Bertie Domenico cramp. He's right. And Dermot Brereton got a knock on the knee. He should be right to go on. They're both limbering up on the boundary and both look pretty good.
Ball up. Essendon's full forward zone. Somebody had a fresh air shot there trying to boot it through. 61 plays 38. A ball up. Full forward for Essendon. A goal here would really make the grand final interesting. You can see the 2 injured players there. Kicked away by Schwab. Hurd misses it. Chance for Eade. In goes Watson. Tries to beat both of them. And we'll see another ball up about 25 metres out from the Essendon goal.
And we're just over the 18-minute mark. 23 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. but the Bombers plugging away. The ball hits the deck, knocked on by Eade. It goes over now to Wallace. Wallace's kick is not a good one. It goes straight on the hands this time of Hawke, and he goes off like a racehorse. Short pass, it'll be okay. Oh, he nearly lost it, Van der Haar. But he's got it, doesn't waste any time. He quickly plays on. There's two of them down there. It'll be a mark and a free kick to Duckworth. Well, Duckworth certainly liven up play for Essendon down there in attack.
Watch on replay, and a good mark. As Lou called, it would have been a free kick anyway.
Yes. There's the kick by Duckworth, going for goal number 2, and he's done it. So the Bombers are coming back now. It's 9 goals, 7-61 Hawthorn to Essendon, 5 goals, 14-44. Well, Bob, can they get up and win this one?
They're playing the better football at the moment, Lou. It's not just because they've kicked those couple of goals, but in general play around the ground. The disposal of Hawthorn has not been good.
The difference, 17 points. He wants Duckworth take that mark. He certainly put a bit of life into their attack.
Brereton to full forward.
Brereton to full forward, as Peter said. He went off the ground with a knock on the knee, but he seems to be okay now. Well, the Hawks are really put to the test now, and the crowd really coming alive. The grand final of 1984. Can the Bombers win their grand final? Byrne and Merritt clash. The ball is forced out. Hurd going and kicked off the ground that time by Mew. Grabbed by Judge. He's grabbed, but he gets clear. Hand pass coming over to Lester Smith. Now Hawthorn going to attack to Matthews and Clark. Matthews got one hand to it. It's still in play. Picked up now by Curran. Tapped through by Clark. Good play. Played it safe. And it's a point to Hawthorn. So it's 18 points the difference. Waiting on Foles. He's gone for a short pass. It'll be okay and marked down there by Hawker. It's a good pass too, and the ball grabbed here by Bradbury. Be a 15-metre penalty against Hawthorn, I should imagine. Robertson grabbing Bradbury. Umpire calling him back right up to that half-back line. Well, the Bombers are looking a lot more confident. Bradbury drives the ball around. They're looking for Danaher. The ball is punched out. Grabbed by Green. The kick is... Oh, it's a bad kick marked by Bradbury. Things are starting to fall into place for us. There's where he is again. Duckworth, he's been the danger player.
He was off too.
Yep.
He's certainly livened things up there, this toughie. And Duckworth's gone for the long kick, looking for Van der Haar at the back of the pack. Danaher's there, off the top of the pack. In comes Van der Haar, down he goes. Wallace is there also, he's grabbed, he can't get clear. And the umpire will ball it up about 35 metres out from the Essendon goal. And they're trailing by 18 points. But they're trying to get back on top, and they're showing a lot of spirit at the moment. Now, this is a tough grand final. Ball knocked out by McCarthy. Punched on again towards centre-half forward. Merritt juggles the ball. Got one on the back from Byrne. Finally, it's grabbed by Neagle. He loses it. Merritt tries to crash through the pack. Gets a hand pass out to Donnell. It's high in the air up towards the full forward position. Danaher comes in. The ball tapped out again. Has a go for Reid. Taps the ball on. Smothered that time by Hurd. Again, Hurd and Eade going after it. Beats them both. And the ball is out of bounds. Still on the Essendon half-forward line. About 75 metres around from the goal. 18 points the difference. Can the Bombers get in front in this quarter?
Boundary throw in. In front is Mew. Down to Green it comes. Green hooks it back towards centre wing, over the boundary line, so not much going right for Hawthorn at the moment. Looking a little bit, I wouldn't say dispirited, but probably rattled more than anything, as Essendon really applied the pressure. Williams has the free kick on centre wing. Looking for Van der Haar. Down to Hurd. He's caught. So too is Baker. Neagle on the boundary line. Good hip and shoulder, puts him over the line. It will be another boundary throw-in.
Watch again on the replay as Neagle is trying to gain possession. Eade coming across.
Once again out of bounds. This time a little bit further around towards the centre wing position. Neagle seems to be okay. Looks pretty tough. Knocked down by Lester Smith. Straight to Foles, crashes his way through. Good smother though. Scooped out by Hurd. There's Neagle. Harvey caught. Wallace at the point of the square on the Judge. He's been fairly quiet today. Judge at centre field. Hot in pursuit is Duckworth. That man's everywhere. He gets his kick in though, Judge, up towards full forward. Brereton is marked. Well, I said he'd been moved to full forward because of the knee injury, and that was a great mark. There wasn't much that Kevin Walsh could do about that.
It swung away from Walsh, and any chance Walsh had of punching it away, I think the wind put paid to.
He's got to kick it yet.
He wouldn't want to miss it.
No, he would not. 3 players standing on the mark. Brereton, 20 metres out, has put it through for a goal, and a badly needed one for Hawthorn. Brereton second, Hawthorn 10-8-68, and Essendon 5-14-44.
Well, that's given them a lead of 24 points, Bob, and it's a marvellous thing what that goal will do to a side when they start to go through a bad trot.
Well, Essendon have had most of the play this quarter, as we see Duckworth desperately lunging, the kick dropping short, and catching Walsh out of position. At 25 points was the margin at half-time, so with most of the play in this quarter, Essendon have gained 1 point.
Well, taking some time to get back to the centre. 68-44 in favour of Hawthorn. We've been playing 24.5 minutes in the third quarter, so about 30 seconds from time on. Byrne to contest with Merritt. It's won by the Essendon player, picked up by Watson. Watson's kick to half forward. Almost a mark, yes, to Baker.
Not a very good game.
He has, as he has done right throughout the finals. 6 marks and 16 possessions to Baker. He's gone for a pass. Van der Haar took off before nominations. And there will be a ball up left forward pocket for Essendon.
And we're into the just on the 25-minute mark of the third quarter. 24 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Knocked out that time by McCarthy. Duckworth trying to crash through the pack, but they pull him to the ground. I tell you what, it might have been a free kick against him, but you've got to give him a lot of credit, Bob. He has a go, this fella, doesn't he?
He certainly does, Lou.
I love him. I like those sort of players that have a go. The ball back out there towards the big fella. Byrne, he takes the mark out there in front of Merritt, out there at half-back. They're 24 points in front, as Bob Skilton said before. Essendon only picking up a point this quarter so far. The kick by Byrne is a long one over the half-forward, but not a good one. Goes straight in the hands of Neagle. He doesn't waste any time. He quickly drives the ball back. There's Adolf and Thompson on. Swab and Byrne messed each other up. Williams' tackle finally picked up by the blonde-headed Harveys. He fires the ball up towards the full forward position. Punched out by Ayres. Backing up is Roberts, and that kick is smothered. And they go in pretty hard, both sides, and the umpire will ball it up about 20 metres out from the Essendon goal. And they're trailing by 24 points into this quarter by 26 minutes. Well, this has been a ding-dong struggle. A real tough match. Ball knocked out by McCarthy. This could be a goal to Baker.
Oh, gee, doesn't
it coming around enough? Not enough, and it's a point. So it's 23 points the difference. By golly, they've had plenty of chances, Essendon. 10-8-68 Hawthorn to Western 5-15-45. Waiting for the ball to come back into play again. Kicked out towards that half-back line on the outer side of the ground. Punched on by Byrne. Grabbed here this time by Mew. A hand pass coming over to Wallace. Wallace goes for a pass. Weston couldn't pick it up. It's finally picked up by little Thompson. Tries to give a hand pass to Hawker. It's a bad one. He's in trouble. He spins. He's grabbed by Judge. But he finally gets the ball out there to Weston. Back it goes to Williams. Over it goes to Thompson to Hurd. Smothered again. They were messing about. A hand pass comes out now from Mead. Back to Russo, back to Green, and Green with a left footer drives it up to that half-forward line. Hawker got the... No, he didn't get the good run. Down goes Judge. Coming after it now is Clark. Well tackled that time by Cowan. This gives Matthews a chance. Matthews scoots around the pack. Drives it over there to Judge at the back. Two Hawthorn players spoil each other, but Judge tackles Merritt. It's going towards the goals. He set it in the back. I don't know about that one, Bob.
I don't agree with that one. We'll watch on replay now as he gets it, and certainly not in the back.
Ball dropped short. Hurd getting away from Tuck, who's been a pretty quiet player since the first quarter. Hand pass coming over to Weston. Weston at centre half back, shoots the ball back towards the centre of the ground. And there's the man of the moment for Essendon. Baker doing a great job. He's got the mark at centre field. Drives the ball over the half-forward line, looking for Van der Haar. Punched away that time by O'Halloran. Van der Haar goes down. This gives O'Halloran the run of the ball. A hand pass to Russo. Good play. As the ball is finally kicked around there. It's smothered, actually. It's a bad kick by Russo. He comes out of the pack. He was actually grabbed by the leg. The umpire said he threw it. Thought it might have been a free kick to him earlier. There's no doubt he was grabbed by the leg as he was trying to get through, and that's Van der Haar taking the kick.
Gone for a short pass. Baker again, he's everywhere. There's the siren for three-quarter time. Will he have a shot?
Well, he could nearly kick this, Pete.
Yes, he's a good kick. I don't know whether he's that good. He's not. No, that's no score. And so at three-quarter time, it will be Hawthorn 10-8-68, leading Essendon 5-15-45. The final quarter of the 1984 VFL Grand Final at the MCG as umpire Glenn James comes in to bounce the ball. Hawthorn leading 68-45, only 23 points, anybody's match. Byrne and Madden knocked down by the Essendon player, picked up by Williams. Essendon swing into attack. They want to goal quickly. In front is O'Halloran. This is their goal. Baker puts it through. That's what they wanted. And we've got a game on our hands again. 3 goals to Baker. And the scoreboard 10-8-68 to 6-15-51.
17 points the difference.
You watch on replay now as Madden got the ball down. Williams gets the ball out of the centre. And the loose ball comes down. And a superb shot at goal by Leon Baker.
That goal took only 30 seconds. 17 points the difference now. That's the closest Essendon have been since the first quarter. Madden and Byrne, again won by Madden. Watson looking for a free kick and he'll get one. The advantage rule called. It goes out to Thompson. Bradbury on his own. He's 10 metres in front of Gary Ayres. Looks for the hand pass onto Hurd. Hurd puts Essendon deep into attack again. Duckworth in the middle, has it punched away from him. Here's Harvey. He's caught with the ball. No, says the umpire. It's held to him. And the ball up will take place at full forward for Essendon. What a game. Can Essendon pull it out of the fire? Can Hawthorn hang on? Hawthorn started off brilliantly. Essendon have slowly worn them down. Knocked down by Van der Haar, but he hit it straight to Russell Green. Madden and Byrne could be on the shoulder to the Essendon player. It's a free kick to Hawthorn. Didn't see that one. Wallace to take it. Wallace goes straight down the ground. He's trying to find Curran, who can't take the mark. 2 Essendon players have the run. Meagle, centre wing. Essendon have decided, OK, we go for broke, and that's just what they're doing. Up towards full forward again. Oh, Bradbury, here's the goal. It's only a few points in it. Oh, those 2 goals came up in 2 minutes. Bradbury putting through the goal. Is it Essendon's year? 68-57.
Well, it's exactly what we said at three-quarter time. If they can get 2 quick goals, a completely different complex on this game, because Essendon are off and running, and it's Hawthorn now has to decide what to do.
Well, OK, the difference now 11 points, and the Bombers really got a chance to win this flag. Alan Jeans. Centre bounce, 11 points the difference. Can the Bombers do it? Madden's taken over the ruck. He rested on the bench in that 3rd quarter. It may have paid dividends. A bit of fumbling going on. Madden's got the ball now. He juggles it, gets a hurried kick. Back it goes, picked up here by Williams. Well tackled by Wallace. Swab goes after it. He's grabbed a hand pass out to Brereton. But it'll be a free kick to Swab in the back. Now he's called play on as Ayres drives it over the half-forward line. Oh, great mark to Curran. Yes, a mark. And he's about 45 metres out. Can he kick this goal to make it 17 points?
In replay, we see a fine mark to Peter Curran.
Oh, this has been a tip-top game today. Waiting on Curran from about 45 metres out. The distance might be a little too far for him. There it is on its way. It's a long kick off target, doesn't make the distance. Madden. Well, they had him on the bench for 1 quarter, and he's really coming to the game this last one. Might have been a plan of Sheedy's. Curran in front. Another mark to Curran. This time he's about 55 metres out. Drives the ball deep into the goal square, then into the forward pocket. Robertson goes, couldn't hold the mark, and the ball is out of bounds. Only about 10 metres around from that Hawthorn goal. 11 points the difference into this last quarter of the 1984 Grand Final by about 4 minutes. Ball back into play again. Madden gets the knockout. Juggling going on. We see the ball tapped out by Lester Smithy, and Donnell have a fight on the boundary line, and it's out of bounds. So another throw in. This time it's about 30 metres around from the Hawthorn goal.
Boundary throw in. Knocked out by Madden. Tries to find Clark. He does so, but he fumbles. Now it's a chance for Tuck. He tried to kick it over his head. Not the percentage kick. Walsh is there. Out of bounds again. No, it's still in play. Walsh paddling it further forward. Thought that went out. Chance for Curran. Danaher dived into his back. Thompson comes out with the ball. We'll see a ball up. Essendon working it around the boundary line. Is it the year of the bomber? Can Hawthorn hang on? Madden done everything right so far on the final term, but once again will be a bounce.
Well, that could be the winning move of the match, resting him in that third quarter, Bob.
Yes, you never know, Lou, because Merritt did quite well, and Madden really, as Peter said, really firing in this quarter.
Ball up again, right half forward flank for Hawthorn. Madden and Byrne. Neither gets a decisive tap out on that occasion, and umpire Glenn James has again decided on a ball up. 5.5 minutes gone, final term.
This suits Hawthorn because it'll let them regain their poise again, Pete.
They certainly lost it there in the first minute and a half, or a minute. They've got 2 goals. Danaher gets caught. Walsh. Watson caught. Free kick to Walsh. Walsh at left half back takes the free kick. He's gone wide. Bradbury looking for a free kick, an Academy Award performance. Picked up by Hurd, who's played a great game for Essendon. Shoots it out to Hawker. Hawker's gone for a pass. Oh, Weston on his own. Sheedy's moves are coming off. Weston at right half forward. Essendon finishing all over Hawthorn.
He's got 2 of his main defenders down there on the forward line, Duckworth and Weston, Pete.
It's working though, Lou. Mammoth kick by Weston, but it's off target. And out of bounds on the full. It will be a free kick to Russell Green. Green at left back pocket. Hawthorn yet to score in this final quarter. Essendon have kicked 2 goals. And it's a Hawthorn mark. I'm not quite sure to whom. Is it Mew or over? Yes, he's paying Mew. Mew at left half back. Up the centre wing. Walsh punches it well clear. Opens it up there for Hurd. Can't trap it. In goes Eade. Loveridge is caught by Hurd. Oh, beautifully done, Essendon. Here's Watson at half forward. He'll go for a run. No, it's a pass. It's a gem. It's Duckworth.
Billy Duckworth.
He's played on. Thompson, Hawthorn in complete disarray at the moment. And Thompson has a chance to make the difference. 5 points.
Thompson from about 30 metres out, if that. And if this little fella needs to kick a goal, this is the one to kick. Comes in, straightens them up. And there it is, a goal. 5 points the difference. Oh, what a grand final. 10-8, 68 Hawthorn to Western, 8-15, 63. 7.5 minutes gone.
This is Thompson now, very deliberately lines it up. And a lovely kick under the pressure that he's under out there at the present moment. And anybody's game now.
5 points the difference, and the Bombers full of running. Centre bounce, 5 points the difference. Can the Bombers go on with it? Byrne tries to come out of the pack. It's Williams setting the Bombers back into attack. Up it goes there. Baker taps the ball on. Oh, beautiful play. Goes for a goal. And I think they've hit the front. Yes, they're in front. A point in front. That's 4 goals to Baker.
4 goals in 8 minutes.
10 goals, 8-68 Hawthorn to Western, 9-15, 69. What a game this is.
What a wonderful comeback as we see it again on replay. The 4th goal to Leon Baker. A beautiful blind turn and straightens up, and no mistake about that one.
Into this quarter by 8.5 minutes, the centre bounce. The Bombers in front by a point. Can they hang on or do even better and win this grand final today as Robertson gives a hand pass over to McCarthy. Now it's Hawthorn's turn to go back into attack. Down there towards Loveridge. The little fella's got it. There's a chance now for Hawthorn to get the lead back again. He's about 60 metres out from goal. It's a good kick into the forward pocket. Play the ball. Curran flew high. Couldn't hold the mark. A hand pass from Clark over to Russo. That kick smothered. Back it goes again. Heed's kick is not a good one. It's a bad one. The ball punched on by Donnell, over to Williams. Finally back there to Hurd. Out to Watson. They're looking good, Essendon. Out there at half forward. It's a long kick. A chance for MacArthur to mark out there on the wing position. A hand pass to Loveridge. Loveridge kick is a high one up towards the forward pocket position. Matthews flies. Punched out by Donnell. There's a go for Madden. He went down. But backing up was Neagle. Gets the ball back to Madden. A fumble. Finally picked up by Fowles. It's a high kick out wide. Oh, Mark dropped by Swab, but it was a difficult one. Finally grabbed here now by Weston. The umpire said, hold the man. He'll get the free kick. He's made some great moves here today. Sheen, he's got Weston at centre half forward, and Duckworth's been a success down there around about the full forward position. The kick by Weston is up there towards Duckworth. There's the man I was talking about. Oh, he's been a star down there since going into attack. Goes for the long kick towards the goals. Madden at the back. And it's falls through for 1 point, so it's 2 points the difference. Into this quarter by 10 minutes. It's 10 goals, 868 Hawthorn to Essendon. 9 goals, 16-70 Lester Smith-Off and DP at a minute go on.
Ball will be brought back. Well, if ever Hawthorn needed Birdie to fire, it's right now, because Essendon will win the premiership. The way they're going, Hawthorn looking very flat-footed at the moment.
Well, there's only 2 points. Pete, this mob can lift their game, Hawthorn.
They need to, Lou. O'Halloran. Byrne. Wallace. Wallace short to half forward. Loveridge. Bad hand pass. Chance for Reed. Gets ridden into the ground. Hawker trying to burrow out. He's held it for a minute. And it will be a ball up at half forward for Hawthorn. 68 plays 70 in favour of Essendon. Remember that Hawthorn had 6 goals on the board by quarter time, and they've only kicked another 4. So Essendon really have nailed them right to the ground since then. Madden knocks it out to Judge, though. Brereton caught. Too high, was it, says the umpire. I think so. Now holding the ball. Well, everything falling into place for Essendon now.
I thought he might have been grabbed too high that time, Pete.
Watch again on replay as we see Brereton gains possession, and well, I think he was tackled too high.
Hawker with the free kick at half back for Essendon. Hawker lobs it high towards centre field. Oh, how easy is this? Weston. Long, Van der Harp, name on it. Hawthorn looking very flat-footed at the moment.
Well, there's certainly been great moves of placing Weston at centre half forward and Duckworth down there on the full forward position, Pete.
Van der Haar, chance to put Essendon 8 points in front. He won't with that kick, or will he? Close. Touch through, I think, for a point. Yes, it is. They're 3 points in front. So 10-9-69 or 10-8-68 to 9-17-71. Chris Mew. Hawthorn looking tired and disorganised at the moment. Watson. Goals, does he? No, on the run it's 1 point, so 4 points in front. Essendon doing all the scoring. They've kicked 4 goals, 3 this quarter. Hawthorn have yet to score.
12.5 minutes gone. The Bombers in front by 4 points. The ball out towards the half-back line. Hurd and DP at a minute ago. Hurd goes down, picked up by Williams. Well tackled by DP at a minute ago. It's Walsh driving the ball back towards the wing position. In front as Walsh. That's a good mark in front of Barrett. It could be a 15-metre penalty. And that's what the Bombers want. 68 plays 72 in favour of the Bombers. A short pass. It's a good one. And Madden's got it.
Loose players everywhere down there, Lou.
That's right, Bobby. He's at centre half forward, about 55 metres out from goal. Gone for a short pass. Down goes Weston. They grab him. They pile on top. It comes out now. A chance for Bradbury. He's got players all over the place. They've been shifted everywhere. Essendon's paying dividends. Down goes Green. They pounce on him. Ayres gets a hurried kick out wide to Russo. Out there at half back. Another hand pass to Weed under pressure. Finally it goes out to Judge. Been a very quiet player today. Judge straightens up and shoots the ball down to the half-forward line. Curran gets into position, punched away by Danaher playing at centre-half-back. Oh, Walsh got one from DP at a minute ago. Caught him right on the point of the chin. The umpire going across to take his number. Oh, he's ironed him out like a tack.
I'll watch it again on replay.
Right on the point of the chin. Chin, I should say. Well, He's still in trouble whilst they're calling for the stretcher.
Once again, we see it on replay.
The umpire's got him this time.
There's no doubt about that. He's got the book out, umpire James.
Fastest book in the West.
Well, that's his nickname, Jesse James.
So there'll be a couple of players up on Monday night.
It looked as though Simon Madden went in the first quarter.
Official attendance today, 92,685. So that would mean it's the smallest grand final attendance for many years. I'm not quite sure how many, but it's usually well over the 100 mark.
Well, it was a sellout, Pete, but I think, as you mentioned, a lot of the VFL Park members didn't make it here today.
Yes, that'll be pretty right, I think, Pete.
Well, it looks as though he's in a bad way, young Wells. That's a bit of bad luck because he's played a very solid game there. Let's hope he's okay. DP Domenico still talking to umpire James, but it's too late now. The number's been taken.
Let's watch the shot again on replay.
It's wrong on the point of the chin, Bob, I'd reckon.
Yes. And, Terry Danaher would be asking if they can bring the player merit on whilst the player is being carried off.
I don't think they can, Bob, can they?
Yes, if they get permission by the umpire to do so.
And looking through the records, it is the lowest grand final crowd since 1957.
Well, it's 4 points the difference. And there's a bit of bad luck for young Welsh. And Kevin Sheedy's had a tremendous amount of faith in this fellow. He was criticised for playing in the early part of the year, but the kid certainly proved his point, or proved Sheedy's point, because he's been a fine player at centre-half back from about halfway through the season. Certainly bad luck for him, Bob.
Well said, Lou. He was playing well in this term. In fact, the whole Essendon side have lifted. And, the moves that Kevin Sheedy have made so far have really come off. Duckworth to the forward line, Vanderhaar back out there on the ground, Weston down onto the forward line.
Danaher at centre-half back. He's moved them all over the place, and of course, that's typical of Sheedy. He's played in grand finals. He'll take a chance. He doesn't sit back there and wait for things to happen. He makes them happen, Pete.
Well, he didn't get permission for Merritt to come on, but Merritt will be the replacement player. You can see him in the corner there, standing, waiting for the stretcher to reach the boundary line. There'll be a lot of time on in this quarter because of that incident. Essendon leading. Let's check the scores. 68-72. 4 points in favour of Essendon. And the Essendon strongman Roger Merritt comes back on. The game might sort of liven up now, with Essendon going right away from Hawthorn in this quarter. Now play will continue with a free kick to Essendon. It will be taken at right half back. Hurd has the kick. Walsh seems okay, according to Stephen Phillips on the boundary line. Now play continues. Hurd up towards centre wing. Mark taken by Schwab. Hawthorn trailed by 4 points. They haven't scored in this final quarter. Down to Curran, and that's a good mark to Curran. He's a long way from goal, and that's a 15-metre penalty. That's silly because he wasn't within kicking distance, and he now is.
Well, that was foolish play on the part of Essendon because they've got them on the run and they've got them a bit rattled. That will give them a bit of heartbeat. If he kicks this goal now, anything could happen.
Certainly need it. Hawthorn's first score of the quarter, if it's any sort of score. Curran from 40 metres out. Rain starting to fall again here at the MCG. Curran shoots at goal. Hawthorn are back in front. And so the scoreboard here at the cricket ground, 11:08.74, Hawthorn, Essendon 9:18.62. 18 minutes have gone, but there'll be at least 5 minutes of time on.
Well, it's two fine pressure kicks by young players. First of all, it was Thompson, and now it's Curran. So you couldn't get any more pressure on those two youngsters than those two goals that they've just kicked.
Free kick to the centre square. It will be going to Hawthorn's Colin Robertson. Now it's going to Byrne. Byrne up towards full forward. Brereton claims the mark. No mark to either team there. Matthews shoots it out of the pack. There's no one there for Hawthorn. Thompson snares it well for Essendon. He's gone for a pass to Watson, who takes the mark.
Good mark to Watson. 2 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Judge and Thompson having a bit of a wrestle there. Short pass, it's marked by Hurd. Hurd drives the ball over the half-forward line. And there's a mark to Weston. By golly, he's played a great game at centre-half forward, this guy.
He's really lifted, Lou.
Lifted his game. 2 points the difference. Can the Bombers come back again? It's a high one into the goal square. Van der Haas there, got one hand to it. Now it's a point the difference. Oh my God, I hope they don't make it a draw. People have to come back next week, but still it's worth it to see this sort of football, isn't it?
If it's a draw, I hope it's warmer next week, Lou.
Short pass. Is it dangerous? No, it's marked here by Green. A point the difference. And rain starting to pelt down. Ball out there towards the wing position. Flying high was Brown on a good mark. They've got Duckworth down at centre-half back now. Kickers out wide towards Matthews and Clark. Matthews gave Clark a bit of a heave-out. Coming in to meet it now is Hawker down there in the back pocket. Takes a bit of a streak right across the goals. I wonder if he'll kick it out wide. This could be a chance for DPN a minute ago, but he played it safe and went for the boundary line. Oh, that's dangerous play when you run across those goals.
He took a risk, but I think he may have had to in that case because he couldn't go back into play.
74 plays 73 as Russo picks up the ball. It'll fall short. The mark taken there by Clark. He goes across goal. Coming out to meet it is Neagle. After Neagle is Eade. He's got to pick this one up. That's going across goal. He's gone wide. He's put it out of bounds. Oh, I wouldn't go across goal like that if I was Nobby Clark. Goes for a short pass. Matthews in front, couldn't hold that. Good play by Clark, and the ball is out of bounds. This is a great grand final. One of the best we've seen for a long time at just on the 21-minute mark, and it's a point the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Can they hang in there and win this one again? They're second in a row. The ball hits the deck. Pushed out that time again by Hawker, and it's about 60 metres around from the Hawthorn goal. 21 minutes gone. So I think this quarter will go about 34 minutes, Pete.
I would say it'd go at least that, Lou. Madden in front, loses out to Brereton, picked up by Loveridge. His kick is a high one, doesn't travel much distance. Matthews has it knocked away, picked up by Robertson. He gets scragged, it gets rid of the ball. Paddled further forward by Thompson onto Harvey. Essendon doing it well out of defence. Harvey up towards centre wing, finds Watson on the run. Watson plays on, he's gone for a pass to left half forward. Mew and Danaher, it's a wrestle, free kick to Essendon. They're getting everything now. Watson, Weston. Van der Haar, yes, the mark. He'll be within kicking distance. He's on a pretty fair angle, and the umpire bringing him further around. But he should get the distance without any trouble at all. Van der Haar. Kick is an awkward-looking one. Is that a mark for Essendon or a Hawthorn mark? Merritt's got it.
That was a great mark.
Watch it on replay, and that was a real strong mark.
Great mark. He came on to replace Walsh, of course, so Merritt would have to fall over to miss it. He's on the goal line, so it will be his first goal of the day. And Essendon lead by 5 points. So the scoreboard, Essendon 10 goals, 19-79. Hawthorn 11-8, 74.
It's a lovely mark by Merritt. A good kick by Van der Haar, put it right into the squares. We watch Van der Haar's mark on replay. Now the kick, swinging back right onto the goal line, and a lovely mark to Roger Merritt.
.22 3/4 minutes gone in the final term. Essendon playing all over Hawthorn. Byrne and Madden thumps it down. Picked up by Williams, but the umpire had blown the whistle for a ball up, and umpire saw us to bounce it only a few metres wide of the centre circle. Essendon in line now for their first premiership since 1965. So Alan Jeans, it looks as though, could be on the receiving end again of a bomber victory in a premiership match. He coached St Kilda then, of course. Picked up by Hawker. Mew. McCarthy. Onto Russo. Russo finding at centre wing Peter Schwab, who decides to go for a run. Hawthorn not throwing in the towel. Schwab long up to Matthews. Fisted away by the Essendon defence to Deepy and Domenico. He nearly copped another one there. Up to the 10-metre square. And there's that Duckworth fellow again. He's played a great game, Billy Duckworth.
Certainly has, Peter. He's been a real hero, this toughie, as the ball goes out there towards that half-back line. There he is on. Oh, he's dropped an easy one, Bradbury. But he's left unattended as he drives the ball out there towards the wing position. Merritt got into the back of McCarthy. Recovers well, goes for hand pass to the blonde-headed Harvey. A kick up there towards the full forward position. Van der Haar knocked on. There's a go now for Weston. He's put it through for a goal. What a match winner this guy's been at centre-half forward. This premiership is Sheedy's premiership with these tremendous moves he's made, Bob.
Yes, he's been prepared to take a gamble, and the way that Hawthorn have really crumbled in this last quarter, they have looked tired, and it's maybe the game, the rest a couple of weeks back, and then the game last week was good for Essendon. As on replay, we see Weston's goal, and he certainly has responded.
Essendon too good, going right away from Hawthorn in this final term. They've kicked 6 goals so far. Hawthorn have added 1.
11 points the difference. Can the Hawks come back? Bit of fumbling goes on as the ball is finally driven up towards their centre-half forward line. Tapped on by Merritt. They're full of running. There's Weston again with a hand pass. Coming over to Watson. This could be another goal. It is. Oh, they're killing them. And Essendon look like winning their first premiership since 1965. 11 goals, 874 Hawthorn to Essendon. 12 goals, 91. What a performance by Essendon. But full marks to their coach. He switched players all over the ground this quarter. And this fella's been a real match winner, Weston, at centre-half forward. And not forgetting Duckworth and, of course, Baker playing so well in those first 3 quarters. And Timmy Watson all over the place. 74 plays 91. The ball knocked out that time by Merritt. By Madden. Back to Merritt. Out to Harvey. And this fella hasn't played a bad game either. Out it goes. Muse plays the ball in front of him. They're really trailing now Hawthorn as the ball goes out to the wing position. DP a minute ago. Getting the raspberry from the crowd. Got it too high. It's dropping the ball, the umpire said. Well, I thought it was too high to Bertie DP a minute ago that time, but certainly hasn't been his day today. He's been off the ground with the cramps. He's been reported, and that free kick going against him. This fella's done a pretty good job today, too young Herb. The ball driven up there towards the full forward position. Punched out by the Hawthorn defence, Timmy Watson to Harvey. And the blonde half forward fires at the goals again. Will it come around enough? No, it's 1 point. So the scoreboard. And the Bombers really looking good to win their first premiership since 1965. 11-8-74 Hawthorn to Weston. 12 goals, 20. And their score is 92.
Donnell knocks it onto Merritt, or trying to find Merritt, but Watson's there instead. They're running right away. There's another one. If he's accurate, I think he's dobbed it. It's Essendon's flag. No doubt about it. Essendon winning their first flag since 1965, 74-98, a difference of 24 points in favour of Essendon, and Hawthorn won't be winning back-to-back flags. 24 possessions to Timmy Watson, and Hawthorn really looking a tired side, Lou, aren't they?
Certainly tired now, but full marks to Essendon. They've plugged away all day. But I still reckon the premiership, they should frame the cup or give the cup to Kevin Sheedy, because he's made some great moves here today.
74-98, so it's sweet revenge for Essendon. Not an annihilation, certainly, and Ian Payton has a headlock on Simon Madden. Those two were involved in a bit of a scuffle earlier in the day in which numbers appeared to be taken, and this time nothing eventuating. It's a ball up at centre field. Strange old bounce. It favours Swan. Nearly had his head pulled up. The umpire calls play on. And Brereton and Duckworth also having a slight disagreement. Duckworth pointing to the scoreboard.
He's had a lot to do with this premiership today, too, Duckworth.
Yes, he's played a very good game, hasn't he? Though so has Watson. Payton knocked away from him. Oh, Bradbury threads his way through the pack and gets it right up towards full forward. Out of bounds, eluding Van der Haar. Police going around the boundary line now to keep the patrons away.
It's a bad sign for Hawthorn too, Pete, trailing.
Well, they're not going to win it now from the 28-minute mark, Lou. Kevin Walsh coming back. He's going to enjoy the celebrations, and why shouldn't he? They don't win a premiership every day of the week. Gary Ayres to take the free kick for Hawthorn. Now it's going to be McCarthy. McCarthy from right back pocket. In front is Payton. Russo. DP Domenico. Down goes Watson. The ball paddled out to Russo. Kick is a high one. Doesn't travel much distance at all. Knocked away by Wallace. Picked up by Gary Folds. Folds back towards the point of the square. Weston's there. Bradbury charges his way through. Shoots it up to full forward. There's no one there though for Essendon. It won't matter. It's a goal, I think. No, touched on the line by Eames. And so at the 29.5-minute mark, only the formalities remain. He just got that too, didn't he? It bounced high enough for him to touch it as the ball comes back into play. Payton.
25 points the difference in favour of the Bombers. A hand pass coming out there to the half-back line. Loveridge drives it up to their half-forward line. Brereton in front couldn't hold that mark. Finally picked up by Donnell. The ball back towards the centre of the ground. Big Merritt comes in and takes the mark at centre field. A hand pass coming over to Thompson. Well, they've looked really good in this last quarter. Bradbury taking them out. They've got three of their defenders, or they've had three of their defenders down there on the forward line. It certainly paid dividends. Duckworth's gone to the full back position now. The ball punched out by O'Halloran. Ayres gets a hurried kick. He's played a great game too, but he's tired. The big fella, Merritt, over to Hurd. The ball up towards the full forward position, but there's Ayres again. Boots the ball back, but there's no one out there for Hawthorn, and Thompson takes an easy mark. 25 points the difference, and the Bombers have the premiership in the bag. That was too long for Van der Haar. Grabbed by O'Halloran, too slow, well tackled by Van der Haar. They're the fitter side at the moment. They're full of running, Hawthorn, as the ball comes back there to McCarthy, but the umpire's going to ball it. He's paid a free kick to O'Halloran. Back to Mew. But Hawthorn just going through the motions up to this stage of the match now. Duckworth again punches the ball away. He got into Wallace's shoulder and he takes the free kick at centre field for Hawthorn. Brereton goes for a one-hander. That's a good mark. We're at the just on the 31-minute mark as we see Brereton drive the ball into the goal square. Coming across that time was Danaher and finally forces the ball through for 1 point. So it's 11 goals, 9.75. Hawthorn to Western 13, 21.99. A difference of 24 points. And this has been a great feather in the cap to Kevin Sheedy because he made the moves. He rested Watson in that third quarter. Not Watson, Madden. He came out and dominated the ruck. Moved Western to centre half forward. Duckworth was down there on the full forward when they're flagging. He certainly lifted that department. And they put Danaher to centre half back. And all these moves have paid off. And they're full of running now. And they've got the Hawks beaten to a frazzle, I would say. And winning, it looks as though for sure they're going to win their first premiership since 1965. The free kick going out there to Payton. Payton goes for the long kick to the goal square. Matthews swamped that time, but he's got the mark. Not about this guy, he'll never give up. Matthews only about 15 metres out, already kicked 3 goals, going for goal number 4. Pretty difficult angle. The kick on its way. And what's he done with it? It's a goal. Well done, Matthews.
Well, Hawthorn comes 6 points closer, but really of academic interest only. 81 plays 99. 17, well, it's 18 points in favour of Essendon. 3 goals. Probably be a couple of minutes left for play, but Essendon well and truly with the premiership in their keeping after their onslaught in the final term. They really took the game right up to Hawthorn. 99 to 81 in favour of Essendon. The siren due to go any tick of the clock, knocked down by Merritt. Green on centre wing. Streaming forward. Green's kick is a long one, trying to find Matthews. In front is Brereton. Danaher. Donnell. Donnell at left half-back flank. He's gone for a pass up the centre wing. This guy's played well since he came back on to Bradbury. Russo in pursuit. Bradbury looking for Big Madden. And he's got him, no. Didn't hold it long enough, said the umpire. Schwab tries to paddle it out. And it will be a boundary throw in left forward pocket for Essendon. 33 minutes gone. I would say about a minute left for play. McCarthy and Madden. Knocked down to Tuck, couldn't handle it. It's been fairly quiet today too. Thompson can't get clear. Spooned out to Loveridge. He's certainly tried for Hawthorn. Eads kick is a short one up towards the centre half forward position for the Hawks. Matthews couldn't take it. Plenty of Essendon defenders are there. Wallace overruns the ball. Duckworth, Donnell and Hawker combining okay. Hawker from the point of the square has gone for a pass, and that's beautifully delivered right down the throat of Merv Neagle. Eade in pursuit. Neagle gets his kick in long and high to the goal square, and look at that. That really is the sealer if ever there needed to be one. Great play, Essendon. 14-21, 105 to 12-9-81. Essendon clearly the premier side in 1984.
24 points the difference. We watched that in replay. This is a magnificent goal kick by an Eagle. Got a paddock to run in, let's fly, and he's a great kick when he's in form, and that's a magnificent goal.
Alan Jeans, Normie Goss and Brian Coleman looking understandably pretty happy. Hard to detect any difference on the Essendon bench, but Kevin Sheedy and Brian O'Donoghue obviously knowing that they have the flag in their keeping. 81 plays 105.
And the Bombers have kicked 9 goals, 6 this quarter as Tuck drives Hawthorn back into attack, knocked on by Brereton. Pushed out by Wallace, still goes after it. They won't give in Hawthorn, still fighting it out. Full mark to them as the ball goes down there, but a mark to Danaher. Into this quarter by just on 35 minutes. There's the siren.
Essendon winning their first flag since 1965, and the final scores Essendon 14-21, 105 to 12-9-81.
Full marks to Essendon, a great performance, but all the praise would have to go to their coach. And there they are, there's the coach of Essendon, Kevin Sheedy, receiving congratulations from all around. But what a performance, he shifted players all over the place, put Weston as centre-half back, what an effort he did. Alan Jeans, the losing coach, looking very sad. As I said before, you've got to say that Sheedy made some great moves. He never panicked, Pete. He put Weston as centre half forward. When they were having a bit of trouble in the early part, they had him. He put Duckworth down to the forward line, which livened that department up, moving Danaher down to the back line and bringing Bradbury back in the game. Also resting Madden for 1 quarter. All these moves paid off, and even though the players put up a tremendous performance to fight back like they did, we've got to give a lot of praise to Kevin Sheedy. He knows a lot about football, playing in 4 grand finals himself, and of course in 3 winning grand final teams.
Unbelievable moments down here. I'm with Glenn Hawker. Glenn, the last quarter, amazing.
Oh, mate, Steve, I never thought I was going to finish there, actually. But I was just so stoked when we won it. The best thing that's ever happened to a football club.
Some of the boys with tears in their eyes. It's been a long way.
I was going to say, some of the guys like Gary Folds and Simon have been around here for 10 years, you know. They've just been waiting for this moment. It's great.
Well, I'll let you keep going with it. We'll see if we can grab the coach. Thanks. Back to you, Peter.
Right, thank you, Stephen. And Stephen always first to get the interviews downstairs. Well, the Hawthorn boys on the receiving end this year. They won it last year by a record margin, but they fell in a heap in the final term this year, and it was, of course, Essendon's flag. Let's go back to Stephen.
And with me, I've got the coach, Kevin Sheedy, surrounded in well wishes. Kev, lots of moves, lots of desperation in the last half.
Yes, well, you know, I felt that we would be right to peak. We got off to a bad start, which was very disappointing, but, you know, as I'd said during the week, I thought that our players had improved throughout the year, and I thought the last couple of finals games would have done them really good.
9 goals in the last quarter after the early start.
I wouldn't know what they kicked in the last quarter. I just wanted to keep kicking them.
Simon Madden on the bench earlier, put him on. He sort of burst in there, and Billy Duckworth did a magic job all day.
Yeah, Duckworth has been a great player. I mean, that's one of the areas where I was hoping to have Steve Carey, so I could have had Duckworth up forward earlier.
Kev, the glory's all yours. Go and enjoy it.
All right, thanks. Now let the players have it.
Kevin Sheedy, back to you, Peter.
Right, thank you, Stephen. Well, now we have the introductions to be made to the Essendon players. And, of course, the champagne bottle will be produced, or bottle, should we say. And, of course, the VFL Premiership Cup. And then, of course, the players will go on a lap of honour with the Premiership Cup.
Premiership Cup.
But this is what the supporters want to see.
However, before we invite His Excellency the Governor, Sir Brian Murray, to do that, we have a very special announcement to make, and that is the name of the winner of the Norm Smith Medal. This medal is awarded to the player judged by a panel of 5 judges to be the player of the grand final. The first announcement and the first presentation is to the winner of the Norm Smith Medal.
Bobby Skilton will make the presentation of the Norm Smith Medal to Billy Duckworth.
Billy Duckworth, judged Player of the Day and winner of the Norm Smith Medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the Essendon Club and well done Hawthorn. To make the presentations, the Governor of Victoria, Sir Brian Murray.
Thank you, Dr. Aylett. Mr. Premier.
Billy put in when everything looked down.
Oh, yeah, we knew. We said to keep plugging away and our ball would come our way and then it did. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Go and join in.
I bloody will.
Great courage, most difficult conditions. The magnificent last quarter by Essendon has tipped the scales, and they are the Premier team. And it's now my great honour and pleasure to ask the team to come forward for the presentation of the commemorative medals and the Premiership Cup.
Thank you, sir, Your Excellency. Now, ladies and gentlemen, join in the spirit of this and acknowledge the Premier players of 1984. Number 1, Mervyn Nagel. Number 4, Leon Baker. Number 7, Frank Donnell. Number 8, Neil Clark. Number 9, Shane Hurd. Number 10, Gary Foulds. Number 13, Darren Williams. Number 15, Alan Izzard. Number 18, Paul Vanderhaar. Number 22, Bill Duckworth. Number 25, Roger Merritt. Number 26, Mark Thompson. Number 27, Simon Madden. Number 28, Paul Weston. And he's back with his teammates, number 30, Kevin Walsh. Number 32, Timmy Watson. Number 33, Glenn Hawker. Number 36, Peter Bradbury. Number 38, Mark Harvey. And the final medallion to be presented, number 5, Captain Terry Danaher. And now, ladies and gentlemen, joining his captain on the dais for the presentation of the Premiership Cup of 1984, welcome the coach of the Essendon Football Club, Kevin Sheedy. You congratulate the Premier team of 1984, the Essendon Football Club.
Now it's the Essendon players' turn to take the cup on its victory lap. This is the one that they've been waiting for 25 years.
There's some pretty happy boys down there, Pete, I can guarantee you that.
Well, it's a great feeling, Bob, if you've ever won a premiership, and to be out there with that crowd cheering you, it's just absolutely marvellous. The thing that I often think about, the coach has done such a great job here, Kevin Sheedy. They don't get a medal, Pete, do they? Just get to stand up there with the players.
I think that Kevin Sheedy's coaching fee might have gone up by about 30 grand.
I'd reckon.
More keen than ever to get him, Lou, wouldn't they?
While I was down on the ground, Pete, I did admire the Hawthorn players, D. Peter Minico and Matthews and that, going around congratulating the Essendon players. Disappointed, but they realise now the game's over. They've been beaten by a magnificent final burst, and they really are delighted, those players.
Well, I think you'd have to give a lot of credit to Sheedy because of those moves he made in that last quarter, bringing Madden onto the ground, who was
everything he did came off.
That's right.
Weston was the most unusual move. He'd hardly touched the ball all day.
What about Madden on the bench in the third quarter?
I mentioned that, and also Weston going to centre-half forward. And he was a real match winner in that last quarter, and Danaher down to centre-half back. It's a funny thing about winning a grand final. Before you play in the grand final, you say to yourself on the Saturday morning, the Thursday, if I'll win this, we'll have a fantastic time Saturday night. But the players are that tired, it becomes an anti-climax. It's a couple of days later you realise you've won the flag, and then you start to celebrate and enjoy yourself, Pete.
Well, I think it will probably be record sales at the Essendon Social Club tonight out there in Brewster Street. I don't think the residents will get too much sleep.
That's right.
But the Bombers, their first flag success since the mid-60s, and full credit to them. They finished on top of the ladder at the end of the home and away matches. They were defeated by Hawthorn in the second semi-final. They came back today, though, to prove that they were the best side in the competition this year. By the Essendon player, picked up by Williams. Essendon swing into attack. They want to go quickly. In front is O'Halloran. This is their goal. Baker puts it through. Centre wing, Essendon have decided, OK, we go for broke, and that's just what they're doing, up towards full forward again. Oh, Bradbury, here's the goal! It's only a few points in it. Oh, those 2 goals came up in 2 minutes.
Goes there, Baker taps the ball on. Oh, beautiful play. Goes for a goal. And I think they've hit the front. Oh, Walsh got one from DP at a minute ago. 41 on the point of the chin. Vander knocked off. It's again from Weston. He pulls through for a goal. What a beat for the hand pass. Coming out of Watson. This could be another goal. It is. Oh, they're killing it. There's the siren.
Essendon winning their first flag since 1965, and the final scores: Essendon 14-21, 105.